On this episode of VGO, it's our Thanksgiving special, and yes, the turkey stops by. We talk about Farming Simulator 25, Dragon Quest III 2D HD Remake, which we are giving away in our Discord from our sponsor, cdkeys.com.
And Michelle, we're going to find out why the hobo had a monogrammed knife. For real.
Things aren't good.
5, 4, 3, 2, live! Plymouth, Michelle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 881 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I'm John.
And I'm Matt.
And we've been here for 45 minutes, but you don't know that because you're not listening live. So tonight is our big Thanksgiving episode. We've got some fun games to talk about, some exciting news, and I don't know. We did a Cooking Outsiders last week on the app, John.
We did. That was
fun.
great.
Yeah, it was great. People enjoyed our battle over butterball turkeys and whether you should have a toaster in your house or not. So check that out on the app.
I have a toaster. It's called a toaster oven. You see how that word toaster's in there?
Yeah, but I feel like, how do you get a bagel in that thing? So anyway, if you want to get our weekly bonus shows and the whole back catalog of 20 years, you can go to videogameoutsiders.com, hit that red button and subscribe, get our app, because we're off next week, but there will be bonus stuff popping up on that app. We're off for Thanksgiving. So check us out on our app if you want to catch up with us during the break.
Yeah. And then also go to our website, videogameoutsiders.com.
Okay. Yeah. John's at his PC tonight, so he said, quote, his feng shui is off. So if you notice something wrong, it's because his feng shui is off.
The vibe is off. It's because the fung is not.
The feng shui is not, it's not good. It's not.
Well, that's good because sometimes you have an awkward Thanksgiving because there's always that, like, I've had to have Thanksgivings, at your boyfriend's house through the years or something. And there's always like a person there that the parents bring in because they have nobody else to spend Thanksgiving with. Do you ever have that, like a weird neighbor shows up? And sometimes they have a weird eye looking off in another direction.
I like
or something.
when the neighbors come over with exotic dips I've never experienced.
Yeah, but I don't trust a person I don't know their dip. Like I don't
one
know.
time they brought this dip and it was American cheese. I had to ask. I didn't know what it was. It was American cheese and onions. That's all that was in there.
That sounds delicious,
That's
though.
It was some white trash shit, John. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Melted cheese on anything is mine.
No, I think there was. I think there was also mayonnaise in there.
That's
anyway.
gross.
All right, listen, guys.
Yeah.
We do a lot of stuff every week, not just these Tuesday shows. Okay. So if you want to keep up with everything we do, go to videogameoutsiders.com and become a premium member. It's $1.99 a month. Once you're a member, you'll unlock our entire back catalog of almost 20 years. And all the bonus shows we do every week. Like Michelle said, we did Cooking Outsiders. There's John's show. There's PC Outsiders, Micro VGO. It's happening every single week. And it's on the app, which is totally free. Search for Video Game Outsiders on iOS and Android. But go premium first at videogameoutsiders.com. It's $1.99 a month. And then also, it's a good idea just to do the annual sub. That's an option, so you don't have to renew every month. But check it out at videogameoutsiders.com.
And that's right. So we have some giveaways going on from our sponsor, cdkeys.com. John, you're going to review Farming Simulator 25 tonight. We're giving away a copy of that, and I'm going to review...
Oh, I can't wait.
Dragon Quest 2D HD Remake. I say dragon weird. So Dragon Quest 2D HD Remake. Okay, I'm going to talk about that tonight, and we're giving away a copy of that as well. And then when we're back on December 3rd, because we're off next week, we are doing our Weeb episode. We did it last year. It was actually a lot of fun. So Matt, it's the first time you're going to be around for one. So play some Weeby games, maybe watch an anime movie or TV show or something if you can.
What's a weeb? What's a weeb, though?
We kind of went through that last time, John.
Like the Japanese culture?
Non-Japanese person super into Japanese
really
culture.
Into it.
Like really into it.
Yeah.
Not just like you watch an anime, but like, you've got everything. The shirts, the food, the music, who knows what. Gotcha. Like you're super into it. So
the pillows.
Yeah, of course.
The body pillows. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. You got
anything
one of those,
with
Matt?
a hole in it.
Like
I've already got one. So.
Naruto pillow in your bed.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Howard the Duck, though, so it's not really anything.
Howard the Duck.
So, yeah, we're going to be giving away
George Lucas movie?
2 Weeb games. George Lucas,
wasn't George Lucas. It was a famous director, though. It was...
I don't think I ever...
No, was that George Lucas? I want to say Steven Spielberg, but it's not Spielberg. But it was definitely... Okay, chat, solve that for us.
Huck.
So anyway, head to our Discord and win the games every week from our sponsor, CD
It was
Keys. I put
George
the
Lucas.
Discord link in the chat, and it should be in the show notes. You can also search for us now because we're on Discovery on Discord. We got approved, so search for videogameoutsiders.com. And John, I have to tell you, though, something interesting happened this week, and you know about it because a lot of people told us about it. And so Microsoft did an advertising campaign for Xbox directly from our show, from one of your quotes, which you've been saying for probably 7 years now. What is an Xbox? So if you guys saw this, Jeff Keighley tweeted
Bill
it as
stole it
well.
again.
He did.
Bill stole it again.
And they
John.
did a quiz,
does make
what is
you
an
wonder.
Xbox? And they did a marketing campaign, this is an Xbox. And well, we know we have people there listening, right? We've worked with their community managers and stuff. So that's awesome. But John, I wish you got a nod because the what is an Xbox
Well,
thing is a Johnism.
It is, and I was saying it long time ago. So yeah, maybe they did hear it here.
I think
don't
I
know.
coined it.
What?
I think I coined it at first, and then you kind of took it from there.
I think it was a Johnism. And then it became like, well, what is an Xbox? Like every time we talked about like that. And then we noticed Sarah talking about that as well when she was presenting, like every screen is an Xbox. So they kind of lead into that for a while, but that's what they want. So we're going to get into that talk later because
Yeah, they put out like a little quiz. And
Yep.
it says, "Is this an Xbox?" And it had like a
it
picture
said,
of a laptop.
what is an Xbox right at the
Yeah.
start. And it's
Yeah.
purely
But
a John
they
line.
show you. But it's all the things we've been saying. Because
Yep.
what is an Xbox? And it was clear to me, and probably Matt and you, that they were trying to get away from the hardware aspect of the brand, right? And now it's really
Yeah.
clear.
Well,
You
Phil
know?
has confirmed this week as well that they are working on a handheld. We'll kind of get into our wish list for it, maybe in the news, what we each want to see for it, of course, and get into some stuff that's come out about that. And so, yeah, let's talk about some news. But first, I think we should get into our games. And oh, yeah, the turkey's going to be here tonight. People ask, is the turkey coming? I think,
That's
John.
right. The turkey messaged me on Blue Sky, and
Okay. Yeah.
so buckle up.
All right, good. Hopefully the end of the show. Maybe I'll get up and get a drink. It's usually when John has a stomach ache that the turkey shows up.
Yeah, you always
So-
get sick around this time.
Well,
Yeah.
I tend to eat chili
I
like
think
a
it's
week
the
before
the
Thanksgiving.
snuff he's eating.
It's not okay. All right.
Sorry,
it's
what'd
the
you call
opposite
it?
of snuff.
It's a gray ball shooter in my mouth or some shit, whatever you said. Some stupid term. I don't know what that was.
Sorry,
Is Phil an
slowly dying.
Xbox? Yacker says he could be. Actually, he could be an Xbox. All right, so let's talk about some games. It's been a rough start, but we're going to get through this show.
Okay,
talk
we're gonna have a
about
great show,
games.
Michelle.
We are.
I assure you.
I can hardly hear you, but I jacked you up, so we'll see how this works.
I assure you.
I assure you. All right.
I
Well,
assure
hey,
you.
Great. If it's not, you owe me a Steam Deck OLED in white. Anyway, Thanksgiving
Oh,
is
yeah,
all
me too.
about Thanksgiving is all about going back home to your childhood. I think your home that you grew up in and reconnecting maybe with a remake. So I played Dragon
remake?
Quest. Yeah, remake. I played
Like
the Dragon
new
Quest
parents, a new house,
3
a new
2D. John, okay, so when I
bed.
was away for college, it was a big deal when we all went home for Thanksgiving break. So this is like returning home, like going back to your childhood home, you know? Or after when you move away and you come back, you always go back to your home. So this is about returning back to a classic, a JRPG classic. And it's Dragon Quest III 2D HD. The remake just came out for everything. And I had to look into this game because I didn't have a history with it, but they've remade it a bunch of times. So it started out as a Famicom game from 1988, and then it was a NES game in 1993, then a Super Famicom remake in 1996, then Game Boy Color. There were
Hang on, I'm
collections on
writing
the
this
Wii.
down. Wait.
Well, you don't have to because I'm saying it. Then there were collections on the
okay.
Wii, and then there was a Switch collection that just came out a few years ago. And these were all sort of ports of this game, but here is an actual HD remake, and it has like an Octopath Traveler treatment. Okay, we're giving away a copy in our Discord, and I played, and I'm getting a little early on the Weeb stuff because our Weeb episode isn't until December 3rd, but this is topical and I wanted to play, and I actually do like this game. And what I like about it is it's almost an auto battler if you give them this sort of command, which is fight wisely, and then they can sort of auto battle it yourself. So it's one of these like running around, John, like you say, you know, you get into these battles out of nowhere, you're running through the
Right,
dungeon,
you
and
step on a
you
leaf.
step on a leaf, and three toads
There's
appear
an
in front
army
of you.
below it.
Yes, but you just like you can set up the battle to move really fast. Like there's speeds to it. You can also like give everybody certain
good.
orders. Like, okay, I want you to focus on healing. I want you to fight this way. You give your team orders, and you can choose for yourself like fight wisely, and then you just hit go, and you'll basically auto attack if you want. But that I was kind of doing that a little bit, just I was leveling in the beginning, and I'm kind of into the story. Like I think it's true. It feels very like, I guess Badger, our resident JRPG guy in our VGO Discord mod, he said it's a good old back to the roots JRPG. So for me, it just feels like they did a really good job translating this from that old 88 Famicom game, which I think was mobile-ish. People are calling it like a mobile port, but like...
Well, Famicom was the NES in Japan.
Okay. So it feels like the controls feel great on keyboard and controller. The UI is like clean and graphically it looks beautiful. Like I said, that Octopath treatment.
Yeah, I like that look. I like that miniature look.
Ultra wide?
No ultra wide and no like higher. You don't need a frame rate cap. I mean, the cap is 60. It's going to be fine for this. It's like a 40-hour true party-based, full-on JRPG. You explore, you fight, turn-based fighting. But like I said, it can be auto-battle-y. Leveling, getting money to get better stuff. Like I can already tell it's really about just getting that gold, exploring everything, opening treasure, and just going back and buying better weapons for your party, swapping up your party. There's a day-night cycle, which impacts all the shops and the world map.
Is it grindy?
I don't know. I haven't been playing that much.
Very much like wander around.
I would say it's not that grindy because there's difficulty levels, so it's as grindy as you want it to be. Like if you want to put it on hard and actually have to really worry about it, I feel like you may have to level a little bit to like maybe take on different areas, but I haven't run into that yet. I just have it on normal. It's fully voice acted. Like after a conversation, you can commit something to memory, so it's kind of like you don't have to go through digging through logs. There's apparently like there's all these other like modes, like a monster arena with betting, and I don't know, like there's
betting. Yeah,
like you can bet in the game to get, because it's all about that gold. Like
I thought you said betting.
Gold. Betting. Oh, betting? Yeah, betting. There's betting.
I played the original years ago, and I remember some of these components.
You know,
too.
I kind of skipped Dragon Quest throughout the years, but that Dragon Quest Builders, I kind of dug that. You guys ever try
I like that one. That first one was good. I think I played the second one too. They were kind of cute.
Would you say Dragon Quest comes in a close second to Final Fantasy in terms of RPG legacy? Like, why are they making this game so many times? It must be.
I feel like it's huge popular in Japan. I think it was very, very, very popular. Maybe it didn't translate as well here, but there's a love for this series for sure. And even without me with nostalgia for it, I did sort of like this game. I think it is a little overpriced, maybe at $60. That's why it's good to win a copy from us. But I feel like, yeah, I guess 40 hours, $60. I just have a hard time when something's like a remake like this. I know they redid the graphics and the presentation is cool with the combat because you're looking directly at first person at the enemy. So it's not a side-by-side thing. So it feels a little new to me, which is like more of an old school treatment, but I haven't played a lot of the stuff is just side-by-side in the battles. And I kind of felt like it's more like down there in your face with this sort of thing. What else do I want to mention? So people are saying it's like one of the first games where you could customize the type of party members you have. So it was sort of like trend setting in that. And yeah, so I've been recruiting different party members, upgrading them. I think you get to like choose your class and sort of advance like what level, like what type of player you want to be. So if you want to focus on certain things and create your own class in a way, like it seems like that's an aspect of it. And then they introduced me to something I've never heard before. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Do you know what FASF is? FASF? Thank you for gifting subs, Travesty.
What does this sound for? Thanks, Travesty.
I didn't say FASF.
FASF.
Thank you for the subs. And happy Thanksgiving.
Around and
FASF. It's Fearless Adventure Save Frequently. They came in 2 times to tell me that, and I'm thinking,
Okay.
Was this like a thing? I feel like people who play
I've never
JRPGs,
heard this acronym.
Yeah, I've never heard this either.
What is it?
It's Fearless Adventure Save Frequently. FASF.
But does the game do FASF, or is this just like gamer thing that they're doing? I don't understand the context.
They tell you to save frequently because you have to find a certain lady. Like there's an auto save, but you have to save it like a priest or something. Milky discharges his dad works at Nintendo. Nice. Yeah. So FASF. They told me, and I was saving. I was kind of neurotic with it, but like I said, I think that people who like old school JRPGs are going to be happy with this. I like this Octopath treatment. I think it kind of works. It's a classic look now that I feel like it's kind of just works for this game. So I do like this game. Win a copy from us. Wow, Sniper, thank you for the subs.
Sniper
Happy
Wolf, look at
Yes,
this.
thanks.
Oh, and even Travesty got one. So what goes around comes around.
Got a battle going on.
That's right. And thank you for the subs. And check those Amazon
both.
subs
That's
if you haven't, because it's free with Amazon Prime. So yeah, check that out and win a copy from us. I think this game's a lot of fun. I'll probably play more of this week and preparing for our Weeb show and stuff, but I think it's cool. Okay, so also, like I said, Thanksgiving, about reconnecting, going back, and Blizzard dropped some shadow drops last week. They had their Warcraft 30th year anniversary event, and they released Warcraft 1 and 2 remastered, as well as the battle chest, which came with the third game, which I already owned. And you could get it for a discount of like $20. So I picked that up. And what can I say? It's Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 with what looks to be like AI upscaled art, but I don't think it is. But it's I didn't play much of the first one before, so it's kind of the first time I saw it. But apparently, this is kind of what really put Blizzard on the map in 1996. Then Diablo came out in 96 as well. These were the golden years of Blizzard. So people are wondering now if we're finally going to get a Diablo 1 remaster, because we got that Diablo 2 resurrected. I would love to see it. I'd love to see Diablo 1, John, I think you've said this too, as like an over-the-shoulder, like God of War, or maybe like Dark Souls treatment. Like, I'd love to see Diablo reinvented as more than just that top-down isometric ARPG, because it's such a great thing. You know, it's just a great IP. So yeah, I did play a little bit of Warcraft 2 remastered mostly. And yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, it was just good to kind of play. I know you've been playing the StarCraft remastered too, John. Like, they're fun to revisit.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, I think this is... I think it's great that Blizzard and Activision and Microsoft is going to be going to the well with this stuff, right?
Yep. I want to see them go to the well. I mean, Blizzard's got some great properties, and people have said that this is a sign, now that Microsoft has them, of maybe more things to come. They think that shadow dropping these kind of remasters.
Okay, so you said like Diablo, like if they'd made a Diablo with the characters gigantic, like God of War, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
Do they give it to another studio? Do they pull it from the Blizzard people that have been messing around with it for all these years and just give it to some fresh young blood?
No, I don't know.
No? Huh?
I don't know. You guys know I lost a lot of faith in Blizzard, but I'm not sure who they'd give it to. I don't know who that would be.
I don't know.
I mean, because this is something I want to bring up. You mentioned in the Battle.net launcher that you could link your Game Pass sub. But what I didn't know last week and what I saw this week when I was buying this game is that Avowed is in there. And they are pushing Avowed, which is an Obsidian RPG. Because I think, obviously, people with the Battle.net launcher installed are probably Warcraft players or Diablo players, RPG-minded people. They're pushing Avowed hard in there. So I linked my Game Pass thing, and it says, okay, you can play Avowed right in the Battle.net app, John. I think what they're realizing is the Battle.net launcher is more used and more like just a better app than the Game Pass PC app. So I'm hoping they're testing this out. If I can dump the Game Pass app and just play the games I want in Battle.net, that's a big win for PC gamers and a big win. So Phil did it again. However, when I'm looking at Avowed, they tell me if I want to play 5 days early, I have to buy it for $90. Okay, I feel like, once again, as a Game Pass subscriber, we should get the earliest, best version of the game.
Yeah, I know.
It's jarring.
I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. I think that's just their sneaky little thing that they're going to do.
Yep.
I think they're looking at this and going, okay, we're going to promise day one release for these games, but if you want the special deluxe version, you have to pay for it. And as a bonus, that version gives you this plus other things.
But they did say you'll play first on Game Pass and day one, right? But if it's 5 days early...
Well, you will, the standard version, not the super deluxe version, right? So
but they get to play 5 days early. If you want to sell me extra deluxe for like cosmetics or something like that, a battle pass, okay. But I feel like the best first version, the people that subscribe to Game Pass, if they want to stay competitive because they raise the price, right? They have to give us the early access. And I think it's kind of unfair, especially when you're on like the Game Pass Ultimate tier or whatever that we have with the PC Xbox crossover. Like, we're paying for this. I feel like we should get it. We can pay for the negative.
But they're not going to give you the other bonus shit that is in that $90 version, right?
No,
because for Call of Duty, I paid $30 whatever for the deluxe version upgrade, you know, so I basically got the $70 version with Game Pass, and then I upgraded to the $100 version for $30 more, right? But there was no early access on, well, there was some early access on the beta, but I understand the logic, but they're using it and saying, okay, well, we're going to give you all this extra gear, bags, cosmetics, and then also 5 days early.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of like an up and down thing for me. I was like happy to see Avowed in there. And I'm like, I can play in the BNet app.
Do you have to pay the full $90 or is it?
I didn't see a way to upgrade to it it only offered me to buy the deluxe version for $90. So it maybe once it launches or something. But yeah, it was like a high and low because I'm happy to play Avowed in there. And like I said, that's not a Blizzard product. That's an Obsidian product, but they're all Microsoft products. So Phil did it again. If he can keep up with this, John.
By the way, it's $25 for the
upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it. Why does John ignore the chat? I don't know, Milky. I'm probably...
Well, I'm doing a show.
He's a bad multitasker. It's not personal. But yeah,
so,
I think that's great though. If Microsoft puts more stuff in the Battle.net launcher or just kind of adapts that into like link your Game Pass app, you've got all the games, down them and play them in here if you want. That's going to be a good thing. But I feel like they're just testing it out with the big games, like with the RPGs, you know?
I'm trying to find, I think it's $25.
Just for the upgrade difference?
I see it in the search results. I'm trying to
He's
find
focused.
it.
Matt's focused on his crossword puzzle because he hasn't spoken in 30 minutes. John's focused on talking about Avowed.
Spoken. I have no idea this world you're talking about.
Okay.
Xbox has released a premium upgrade for $24.99.
What should you do? You have a PC.
What should I do,
feel
Michelle?
like you should be involved in Avowed. I think like you'll play that game. We'll roundtable it, right? You'll play Avowed.
Maybe.
Oh, really? You don't like games like that?
I do. I just got so many in the pipeline right now.
Oh, it's in February. It's not out till
Okay,
February. Yeah,
Then I'll
that's an
definitely pick
Obsidian
them up for
RPG
sure.
from the guys who did Grounded and a bunch of other stuff. And I think it's going to be okay. I'm a little concerned because they delayed it and it didn't look like great in the latest trailers. But I still feel like it's
They
going to
keep
be...
rejigging that game. That's the
Yes.
thing, though. They keep like saying now
Yep.
it's an action adventure. Now it's more of a turn-based. So I don't know what Avowed is. I got to see it
Yep.
in gameplay mode.
But it's a good Game Pass game. I think putting it in BNet is good. So yeah, that's basically what I did this week. And I am drinking, or was drinking, a Martinelli's apple juice because it's cider adjacent, which is a fall drink. But I don't really
Cider
like cider.
adjacent.
Cider
Yeah.
adjacent.
Martinelli's apple juice is good. It's actually really good. Okay. All right, John. What did you do? Because you played a game which is actually selling really well, and we're giving a copy away. And very
Yeah, I played a bunch of
Thanksgiving.
shit. So obviously, I'm still playing a ton of Call of Duty. I finally hit 55. I'm deciding if I want a prestige or not. I think I will. Maybe tonight. We'll see. We reset to
big
level
night.
1. What's that, Matt?
Big night.
I know.
What,
Should I prestige
remind
or
me-
not prestige?
Remind me what a Call of Duty virgin, I'm like myself. Remind me what prestige is. You reset and you get a bonus, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
you
get a
reset and then you
extra
lose all
swag.
your shit and you got to grind again for it. But then you get some bonus skins or camo or something when you do it.
But you get like stuff to show off the fact that you prestiged.
Yes.
Like that's the incentive to prestige. Okay.
Yeah. Like something like you get like some fancy emblem, you know, all that shit, you know. And then also, Michelle, I went back and played Diablo 4 on my Xbox. I was like really enjoying myself.
I think it's a good controller.
Yeah.
Like the console-ness of that game is good. Like it's a good ARPG for that. Like if you're a console, casual, couch controller person.
Yeah, it's good. And then I played some more of that Mario Luigi Brothership game. I have to say,
Really?
yeah,
Went back to it.
I don't know why I did.
It's the juice.
and then okay, so today Flight Simulator 24 came out.
25.
No, 24.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they're late. It's old. What's happening?
No, it's 24. And so I was beyond excited for this, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, do I have to pull my VR out and my
Right.
HOTAS and all this shit? And I'm like, nah, let's just play the first day of it with just keyboard and mouse, and then we'll start adding shit to my desk, you know? I even looked up
What was
online.
the other game you've talked about? Like the early access of it, and here's the official release? Like what? Or is this a
What do you
totally
mean?
new game? That was 23. Is that?
Oh, that was 22, I think?
Okay.
The last one?
Okay.
Yeah. No, this
So
is a
this
brand
the
new game.
big one
No,
with all the different jobs or whatever?
The last one was 2020, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
this
wow.
is the big new one. Now, I mean, if you
Okay.
Like a new term. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the last game was so fucking polished and legit, like sick. Like holy fuck. Like this is a real game, you know. or simulator, and I really loved it a lot, and it was so fun in VR. Very realistic. And so anyway, I was super excited about this because supposedly they added jobs and all kinds of different shit. And I don't know. I was ready to dive in. Well, can't play it. Doesn't launch.
Why?
Because their servers are all overwhelmed. You can't get in.
Really? It's that
Yeah.
popular?
Yes. So go look on like Twitter and stuff. People are bitching
Okay.
about it. There's all these complaints. They're apologizing. But everyone's saying, this is what happened last time. They haven't fixed it. Nothing's new here. Just check back
You
in
can
a day
fly
or
in
two.
Red Bull Air races, John. You can fly in
Red
different kind
Bull?
of race tournaments. Yeah, at Red Bull Air races, you can be a world photographer.
They're just trying to recreate the true flight simulator experience. If you're traveling for Thanksgiving, you're probably waiting. You're probably late.
That's right.
You're probably in line. So now when you get to play, it'll be fun. So you didn't get to turn it on at all. It's just down for everybody.
Well, I turned it on. Well, I tried playing it really early this morning on my Xbox, and it says, you're too early. And then I tried like around, I don't know, in the afternoon, and then it says, you're in a queue. And I just let it go. And I came back like an hour later, and it was showing some shit. And then it says, server error, disconnected, scan this QR code to like report it or something.
right.
And then I tried like 3 times
Right.
before the show, couldn't get in. It just sits at 0% connecting to servers, 0%. Other people are saying they have 97%. That's like the dreaded 97 or 98% error. So I couldn't get in. So I'll have to talk about it next time.
Sorry, some of the chat's confused. He's talking about Flight Simulator 24. Farming Simulator is 25. He'll talk about
Yes.
that in a second. Yeah. So there's a lot of
I got questions
farming and flighting
for
Flight
going
Simulator.
on.
Yes, Matt.
I know you haven't played it, but
Yeah.
you seem to be educated about it. Apparently, you can get out of the plane this time and just wander the environments. Like, how is that possible?
I don't know.
Are you wandering
That's new. But-
satellite image created environments? I don't.
Well, here's the thing,
Understand.
too. And I said this to Michelle on some show we did somewhere.
Yeah, we do too many. I don't know anymore.
The magic when you could get off your skateboard in Tony Hawk is when that game became amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they do that with this, like I will land a fucking Cessna on Michigan Avenue in Chicago and go
And be tagged
Right.
somewhere and kept on a list.
and go visit whatever.
So are you going to
Millennium-
VR it? Are you going to full VR it?
Yeah, eventually. I was gonna just play my first day with it without all that bullshit. I just want to just get in.
Right, yeah.
Because honestly, when I was playing it in VR, like I had the HOTAS and the VR, it's a fucking mess, all that shit. Like it's just too much. Right?
It's a lot of setup.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing about it too is that I don't remember all the controls on the HOTAS. And I always have to retrain.
Yeah.
Okay, which one's the flap? Which one's the landing gear? And also, when you have the VR on, you can't see it, right? And so I had like muscle memory for a while where I could just kind of find the buttons without looking. So anyway, yeah, I'll try it. I'll put it through its paces. I mean, I have a Rift S, so I mean, I don't know how well it's gonna do with this. I ordered my video card, the 3080. I don't know.
How old is the Rift S? That's like 5 years old at this
Yeah,
point.
it's pretty old.
I don't think it's going to handle this.
You don't think so? The Rift S?
How
But
do you do VR?
Is it the Rift S or is it the video card in the computer though? It's probably that more.
Well, no, because the Rift S has to take in 2 signals at the same time. And it has to process that, right? Where's the processing happening? It's not happening
On
through
my
the keyboard.
PC, dude. What are you talking about? The Rift S is just like a display on my
Pass through
head.
screen at that point, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I'm excited to try that. Okay, and then yeah, so CD Keys gave us Flight Simulator 20. I mean, Farming Simulator 25. So I played this game. Now I have to admit, I don't think I've ever really played any of these games before. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's familiar. Maybe not familiar. I think I tried some of the Eurojank Swede ones or something.
Yeah, and shout out to Sniper Wolf, who's a supporter in our Discord, who loves this game and says you can grow corn like it's nobody's business, and it's all about the corn and like the corn genes
Yeah.
and all this shit. So tell me
Beautiful.
about it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and Flight Simulator is getting review bombed right now on Steam, so it's expected.
Well, it
No
should
one-
be bombed
Oh, no,
because
why?
it's not working. Nobody can play.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's not a bomb if it's like a
All right,
legit
so
cause.
all right, so this is made by Giants Studio. They're not Swedes; they're actually Swiss. Okay. This is some-
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you start it up, it does kind of have that asset flip feel, but better.
Okay.
there's something about all these simulator power washing house flipper games. The engine always has a certain feel. I don't know if it's like
They do.
lack of lighting
And all
or
the
something.
Nordic people love them. They just want to simulate life. They don't want to live
Yeah.
it. You know?
But I don't
It
think
feels
this is
pieced together, right? Like it feels
what's
just assets pasted together.
Yeah, but
It
I don't
doesn't
really
seem like-
think that's. I don't think this game is that, but it has that feel a little bit. Okay,
Right.
because this game has like a gazillion licensed name brand tractors and equipment. It's crazy. Every John Deere, Massey Ferguson. I don't know all the brands, but they're all in there. Okay, so Michelle,
Yes.
your grandfather is retiring.
Okay. At least he didn't die. In all these farm games, it's usually like somebody has been killed or is dead,
Yes.
and you have to take the farm. So at least he's just retiring. That's
here's
good.
the deal. Here's the deal.
Okay. Yes.
Your grandfather's retiring, and he doesn't think highly of your father because your dad does not. His son
Right.
does not want to continue this tradition.
That's fair.
So it's up to you, the grandson, to do
That's
this.
too much pressure. This granddad sounds like a dick. You shouldn't
Well,
force
he's
your
very-
child
to
to
this
do what you
grandson.
want to do. You don't
He's
have
very
to.
clear
Just
that
say no.
He's
Yeah.
very clear that your father
Yeah.
failed me. Okay.
No,
That's
that's
not on
a
him,
bad
then.
Your poor dad.
Emotionally
You don't have to
manipulative.
do what your parents do. It's your life,
Emotionally.
not theirs. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Grandpa. I'm going to sell your
That's the
farm
game
to the
just
lowest
ends.
bidder. Yeah.
You just put down the phone. And you're like, no, fuck that.
Guilt tripping grandpa can lick my butt. Like, no. No. Guilt tripping
So
grandpa.
listen, and your grandfather calls you kiddo a lot, like every sentence, kiddo.
Yeah. Kiddo. I never got to know my granddad, so I don't know. Now I'm kind of jealous.
All right, so basically you have inherited the farm, and he's going to show you the ropes and then cut you loose. And it's pretty cool, actually. I really appreciate the scope of the world and the detail and all the things that are going on in it. It's very much alive. You're not just on your farm. This is an entire village.
Oh.
With stores and shops and restaurants. There's a train running through this area. It's forested. There's water. There's everything.
Are there crop circles, John? Because we just had a talk in our Discord
I
show
know.
about your obsession with aliens. I thought that I heard that sometimes the crop circles can come in the corn. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, and then I didn't see any crop circles. You could certainly make them and then maybe drop a dime on a newspaper and say, hey, there's crop circles. But anyway, so all right, so basically you manage every aspect of your world, okay? And the opportunities and the possibilities are literally endless, okay? You have a calendar. You have to pay attention to what crops are supposed to be planted when and harvested when. Okay, that's number one. You have literally, I don't know, 50 different fucking things you could plant and harvest. It's fucking ridiculous, honestly. And then you have all this equipment that all have different functions. And you have to understand this is a sowing thing. That I think it's called that. That like
Sowing.
sow, S-O-W, whatever.
Sowing. Yeah.
That like prepares the land before you seed it, and then you have to seed it, and then you have to water it, and then it grows, and then you have to harvest it.
You watch
and then you have to-
Clarkson's Farm. You should know some of
course,
this, right?
And then
Yeah.
and I didn't have to pay an inheritance tax though for this farm. But anyway,
But he's not.
some people will get
because you
that.
can sign over a gifted. you have like a
no,
$2
that whole thing in the
million
UK
gift.
right now is all about
Okay.
the
Is
Clarksons
it?
involved in.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say is you can gift money to your family tax free a certain amount. Go ahead.
No, that's not the whatever. I'm not getting into that.
I know. Okay.
So basically, you harvest it. You decide if you want to keep it, wait for the market to change, or sell it right away. And then if you I planted canola, okay, which I guess is a plant. I didn't know that.
I thought that was a brand. I thought that was like Wesson. Wait a minute. Canola oil. Canola's a thing?
Yeah, I didn't know that either, Michelle.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I planted canola. I harvested the canola. I brought it into town. I had to drive it into town. And by the way, so I had to plant it. I had to sow the field with one piece of equipment, seed it with another, and then harvest it with another, and then bring it into town with another piece of equipment. I had to, operate the thing with the little chute and dump all the stuff into the trailer and then drive it into town. The traffic behaves like real traffic. When some asshole in a tractor's in front of you and people are honking and trying to
So now
pass
you're
and
the
stuff.
asshole.
Yes. And so like it's pretty funny because like people are like slowing down behind you and they're passing really quick on the left lane to get around you and stuff. It's kind of funny in that way. So I did all this stuff. I did everything my grandpa wanted me to. And then I was just kind of cut loose into the world. And this is where my head just started kind of imploding because the options are literally fucking endless. I could open a bakery. I could go into the cow business. I could do harvesting. I mean, a forestry. I could have a store that sells meat. Like it's just like endless. It's fucking endless what you could do.
But how deep are these options though? Is it just like an interface somewhere that you have a meat shop and you get like plus $100 at the end of the month? Or do you actually have a meat shop?
So if I have the meat shop, I haven't gone this far yet, but I did buy some cows. I threw them in the field. You're supposed to water them and feed them and then I guess process
They're
them
not
at some
flowers.
point.
What do you need water? Like, what are you talking about?
What?
You
Are
said
your
you got
cows
some
dying,
you
John?
threw
Or are you
them and
just
had to
watering?
water them? What?
Well, there's a big trough where you have to put water. You have to water the trough.
That's not
okay.
when you
have
give
to
water to your animals. You don't
provide
say you're
food and
watering them. I
You
don't say
water
I'm
the
watering-
trough, okay?
Okay.
Which I haven't even figured out how to do.
Phil.
And then I think you have to
Phil.
process the animals, and then you could sell them in your fucking store.
my
And then
God.
also there's all these contracts that you could do.
What about farmer
I did-
hose? You picking up some farmer ladies?
No, I didn't see any of those. And then
Okay.
I did
Yeah.
a forestry contract, which had me. I had to lease a piece of equipment.
Ooh.
Well, I had to get rid of some dead wood, Matt. It's okay.
What? It's okay. You cut a tree,
So-
plant a tree.
Called your
now.
wife. Hey, yo. Whoa,
So
hey.
this guy has identified some
Oh.
dead trees on his property. He
All
put
right.
X's on them, and he basically is offering someone to get rid of them. And to get rid of them, I didn't have the right equipment, and it costs like $30,000 or $300, I don't know, to buy this piece
There's a
of
big
equipment.
difference. What the fuck?
Well, whatever. I
Yeah.
had like $1,000. Okay, I didn't have enough. Okay,
Yeah.
or $3,000. So I decided to lease the piece of equipment for the day to go do this contract. Which I think is a net loss. I think I paid $3,000 to lease it, and the guy's gonna give me like $600 to get rid of the trees. I don't know, but so then I had to like go on the map and find these trees, and they're literally in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's impossible to get to them because they're in a fucking forest. And I had this giant piece of equipment, so I'm navigating all around these trees trying to get through. I'm getting stuck on shit, and the thing is, next thing I know, like an hour has passed, and I've cut down like 4 trees, and that includes me like driving there, dealing with traffic, going into
yeah,
town,
it's a simulator, John. Like that's how they are. It's like the Arma
it's-
of farm games. I feel like.
But like I understand why people like this game.
Pharma.
And then they have online. I joined a 16-player room and then quickly left because I'm like, I don't know what am I supposed to do? I'm
Wait,
not
you
going
can
to talk to
do
these
a
people.
farm with somebody?
Yes.
That's cool.
Someone
That's
just like
actually cool.
you divvy up the jobs and someone like does the
Yeah.
I'm the wrong guy to ask because I only did it for like a few minutes. I joined a server and I'm like, I don't really want to do this with these randos. So I could
Well,
see
what
that
if
they're
Matt
talking to
McCarthy
me.
got it?
Yeah.
Would you
But
like?
I think you can divvy up
Yeah, he'll be your
chores.
farmhand.
Because some of this stuff requires you to get out of one and get into another. So like one person could be the harvester and one guy could be the truck that drives, the loot into town. And then the other guy just keeps doing the chores on the farm. So I could see how you could multitask with a bunch of people to get something done. I don't know if the multiplayer is competitive at all. But I get it, this game. I fully understand why people like it. And I don't know if this game is way better than the last one. I read some stuff, like some of the Steam reviews saying that they didn't add enough new stuff. I guess they improved the AI, meaning if you want to harvest a field, you could sit there and drive road to road to road to road to road to road. It might take you 20 minutes. Or you could just activate the AI and just hop out and it just does it automatically. So that's like a thing I guess they've perfected more in this game. But listen, I think this game's super cool. It's a massive time suck. It is one of these games where you will just start doing some random thing and next thing you know, like it's time to go to bed. Like it's just like that. So
So are you enjoying it or do you feel pulled along by the tasks? Like do you feel it's working or at the end of the session are you like, oh, that was cool?
I think some of it's really clunky to me, like that whole forestry thing where I had to drive this thing through this forest of trees, and it was so slow going because I kept getting stuck. I was getting a little frustrated, I think, a little bit. And also, there's so many options. It's like, where do you want to focus? Do you want to have a bakery, or do you want to sell meat? Do you want to deal with, like, what would you do, Matt?
Options are a good thing.
No, I know.
I
It's
think
like,
bakery for sure. that seems like quaint, right? Like I just want to know if I choose bakery, do I get to go to a physical store every day and just pretend to serve customers, or is it
I don't
just
know about
like
that.
I think it's very surface. Like, oh, you own a bakery, so X amount of your bread goes.
Matt's
No,
up
I
gonna
think-
grow
I think-
weed. You know he's going to
Yeah,
grow weed.
you got to grow wheat.
Oh,
You gotta,
can you grow weed in this game?
no,
Probably
not-
in the workshop.
Poppies?
I'm sure.
Oh,
Can you grow
by the way,
poppies?
there are a
That's a
gazillion
mod.
fucking mods for this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
so
saying.
there's
There's
probably weed mods.
farm. Yeah.
Gazillion.
For sure.
I would do whatever. I
And-
don't have to kill animals. There's no way I'm killing animals on my farm. I want to have some
And-
baby
and-
goats.
And I looked
No
at the
kill
server.
farm.
You know, the server browser had a gazillion games going that you could
That's
join.
cool.
And you could
What
What
like
is
farming
going
MMO
on
in
with this
town.
game?
It's a
Yeah, I don't know.
thing.
Why is it so
It
popular?
sold 2
It's the
million
same-
copies already or something.
Yeah, it sold. There was a news story I saw today. It sold 2 or 3 million copies.
Is it
Yeah.
a meeting place for like cults and like
Okay, this is
terrorist
okay.
groups?
When I joined that server, I was wondering that myself because I'm like, I don't really
like
because
Planning a
as
terrorist
soon as I got
bombing
in
while they're
there,
like, yeah, put
Yeah.
the corn over there. All right, so Washington.
No, they're just using Farm Simulator as like no one's going to suspect people meeting in Farm Simulator.
yeah,
Well, there is that like farmers only dating thing. And maybe this is like
Yeah, there is.
This is where gay farmer dudes meet up. You want to?
But here's the thing.
Field?
Oh yeah, this is Brokeback
Yeah.
Mountain.
Yeah,
So-
I think it could be some love connections.
so this company, Giants Software, I went to their website to see what other games they did. And they did a game a while ago called Demolition Company. And I looked on Steam and it was $10. It came out in 2010. And I'm like, I want this game. And it's like Farming Simulator. It's with the vehicles and the jobs and the contracts, except you are demolishing buildings and things in a physics-based kind of way and stuff with different tools and explosives.
Like that
and vehicles.
voxel game you played. X
Yeah,
many
but
years
this is
ago?
more. I mean, listen, it's an old game. It looks good enough. Like, you know, it doesn't have ultra wide support. But I played this for a little bit before the show, and I loved it. I'm like, I like this. And this game's on Switch. Oh, it is?
Really?
Is that appealing?
Oh, no. There's
Okay.
another game called Demolition Inc. on Switch. Not the same. This is Demolition Company. So this game's $10. I'm recommending this game as well. It's old. It's a little clunky and buggy, but it's kind of neat. And I actually kind of enjoyed it more than Farming
I like the
Simulator.
review. Do you like hitting stuff with a hammer? Maybe even a jackhammer? Do you love tearing stuff down?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna like destroying shit. I guess that's what you do.
Yeah. So yeah, Demolition Company is cool. All right, that's it for me. I am drinking a Partake Pills.
All right, Matt. What
Yeah,
did
Teardown.
you do? Yeah, Teardown.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of.
I have Teardown. Yeah, I played that. Teardown's more like Blast Core. No, I'm sorry. No. Teardown is the voxel game. There's another game that's like Blast Core that I was thinking of for a split second. But yeah, Teardown's pretty cool. It has contracts and you blow up voxel buildings. You have to sneak in. There's like stealth missions.
Yeah, I
and
tried
stuff.
that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, I played quite a bit of
satisfying.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Matt, what's going on over there?
Well, it's not Thanksgiving, but I'm
That's right.
thankful. I'm very thankful. I found some really fun games that I want to talk about.
Oh,
You sound
nice.
really chill. Okay, why don't you tell
I
us
am.
about
It's
them? Wonderful.
It's chill's givings over
Of
here.
course.
It's a very
Yeah.
chill. Well, let's talk about the first one. It's a puzzle game. It's called The Rise of the Golden Idol. Now, this is getting a lot of indie juice, a little indie buzz. I'm sure you guys have seen articles about this being hailed as the next Return of the Obra Dinn. If you remember that one, just a very logic-based, putting together all the clues to find out what happened in a certain scenario.
It looks like Matt.
And that was...
Tell me what's going on with the drop the.
Yeah,
word
so
in.
you have a case file and you have to fill in the blanks to this case file. And you do so by, it's a very basic game. It shows you just a static image of something that happened with very few animations on it. You click around, you collect clues. And by deducing between the clues, you fill in.
Yeah. Sorry.
What?
Can you tell me what's going on? Can you deduce what's happening with Saddam Hussein wearing a picnic table blanket dress in that first image? What is happening?
Yeah,
the
see,
art on this
okay,
is
so let's
wacky. It's kind of crazy. Like you can't figure out what's happening. I like that. It's kind of creative.
It's super wacky. No, you stumble into a scene. You're like, what the fuck happened? What the heck happened here? Sorry, I guess you can bleep that out.
And there is a definitive answer, though, right?
Yeah.
There is a definitive answer, and you can pass the level by just kind of saying, this dude got murdered, and you don't have to get everything. But if you want to perfect this, which I do, I want to get a platinum on this. You have to name everyone in the scene. You have to tell where they were the night before. So there's like 3 or 4 Mad Libs you got to fill in per scene, and it gradually gets more complicated.
All right,
so
I see an image of 4 bums around a burning barrel.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be like,
It
you
says
found a
name-
knife.
It says name all the homeless people either currently or used to reside at the dock in order of their arrival.
Yeah,
Now what?
Exactly. And then
Now
but
what?
wait.
Now what?
Now wait. Just John, I'm telling you. So you click around the environment. Oh, you found a knife. Oh, what does the knife say? The knife says JL. Oh, it belonged to a JL. And then you see there's a piece of paper that fell out of one of the hobo's pockets, and his name is John Lithgow. And he's
John
Lithgow.
Lithgow.
he's the
So
old
I'm
actor.
labeling
rockin'-
bums in this game.
You're labeling
We should've called
bums,
it
police
bum
officers.
labeler. Okay.
It is called that was the working title.
That's the
in the
working
alpha.
title is bum labeler. I like the idea of
It
this.
is
I think
satisfying.
Yeah.
But how do you
something cool about it.
decide
Satisfying
which
puzzle game.
How did you figure out the order of
look
their
around
arrival?
for the clues because you'll see on the
Yeah,
receipt.
But how
it
does
says
a
when another
knife
guy
tell you which? If
Because
That's
Right.
when you link all the
Stabbed.
clues.
Yeah.
Have you ever played those logic games where you're like, okay,
John didn't grow
it
up
was
playing adventure
Joe
games
in the
like us.
stadium.
Nah, he has no logic. He has no deductive reasoning. He's confused. How do you figure it out? It's a puzzle game, John. You look
Okay.
at the clues. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it's
the
not-
gifts.
you're not
Anonymous
wandering around
Reader.
anywhere.
Yeah, thanks for the.
Thank you.
I used to play Zork and text.
Then how could you
Something
ask
like
a
that.
question like, "How do you know who arrived first?" Well, it's you play. You find the clues are going to tell you, right?
Yeah. You find, okay, so you get a statement from one of the hobos saying, oh man, I was eating a sandwich when I was sitting here. Oh, so it was lunch. So he arrived around lunch. And then you kind of deduce from there.
I sometimes have like a turkey sandwich for breakfast. I like that sometimes.
Yeah,
You're
that's
the
true.
exception
What if-
rather than the rule, John.
You'd really be like a fire, John. They
So-
wouldn't know what to do with that.
But I think what people love about this game is it's all tied to a bigger narrative. So there is a story connecting all these scenes, and there is like meta cases that you got to solve. So after you've done the cases, you look back on all 3 cases and be like, what's the connective fiber between these things? So
But what does the knife have to do with who arrived
oh my
when?
God. John,
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
It ties you to Jay, and then you look at when did Jay come. Well, the guy named Jay came
Yeah.
at this time because the
It
receipt
doesn't
says
say
that.
that.
Oh,
But
oh
you
my
deduced
God.
it, John. You deduced it.
Because there's a knife.
The knife is
You
clue
think,
1 of
John. You
10.
put 2 and 2
All right,
together.
you're telling me that a guy
Link
named
clues.
John, it's
William
part of the bigger narrative. Come on.
had a knife,
First
therefore
of all,
he came at
a
11
homeless guy with
a.m.
a knife. Let's talk about the bigger problem here. Someone's getting stabbed for their.
I just don't see how a knife determines
Okay,
when
John,
someone
follow-
showed
let me-
up.
The knife
me take
takes
you down
to
the logic hole.
trail. Yeah, like what?
The knife has the letters JL etched into it. Oh, JL. Let's save that in our brain.
Yeah.
Okay, just John, this is called solving a detective
Okay, all
mystery.
right,
don't
hang
think
on.
you
Let's
can figure this out.
walk me through this.
He can't
So
follow
what?
the
So you got the
logic.
knife with
He can't
JL
connect it.
etched on the
Yeah.
helm. And then
Did he use
you
the knife to
get-
cut the sandwich?
No.
Now
so
we're
then
getting somewhere.
you
Now
get
we're
a
getting
report.
somewhere.
A
Okay.
police officer on scene got a report that John Lithgow was spotted in the area in the morning.
Oh.
JL. So then you're like, oh shit, JL.
Do people
he had a
know
knife.
bums
He
by
was here
name?
in
But
the
what
morning.
about the
Yeah,
guy that
John
ate the
Wayne.
turkey sandwich in the morning? Now we got 2 morning guys.
Well, they
So
found
that's
it in his
Bob
gut.
Lithgow, his
Yes,
brother.
they found it in his feces on
BL.
the street in San Francisco. They
Yeah.
found the shit, the
Bob's
turkey
poop
shit.
rag was monogrammed
Yeah,
poop rag.
Exactly. He had a
And-
What kind of homeless people have monogrammed fucking knives? Can we go back to that here? This
A guy that
clue.
etched.
Yeah.
You know
It was
what? You know
etched.
who, Michelle? A guy that
Who?
used to work on Wall Street and
All
fucking
right.
made some bad choices. That's
Yeah,
who.
AI man, it's everyone's
No.
in a target.
I don't believe he could fall that
He's a
hard.
financial analyst. So it is
He
a
had it
fun
all
game.
in Enron, and that was it.
Well,
now
he
he's
could have gone to one of his buddies. He could be in
Yeah.
a basement somewhere. I saw Billions.
Well, I think you guys
when
remember I was the
$1
puzzle.
dollar bill
Yeah.
went to
I was the
basement?
puzzle expert for Guinness World Records for
That's
a number
right.
of years.
Yes, of course. And so you think
Oh,
this
really?
is good?
Which,
Yeah, it's
is
Professor
Time
Layton
Sharp
was like
a
my.
puzzle game, Matt.
I think this is one of the best puzzle games I've played in terms of how everything. You're not going to like the presentation. It is very boring game to look at. It is all taking
Yeah.
place in your head. So this could easily be a mobile game, except it would be hard to kind of pick out the details.
And the
but
art is kind of like that Guess Who game from the 90s and 80s. Remember that one where you flip up? The art's
Yeah.
like wacky
Yeah,
and creative.
I do.
Like the
It's
characters
wacky
are
art.
weird. Yeah.
It's a little off-putting, but
It is a little gross, if I'm being
It's a little
honest.
grotesque,
little
I think is the
sick.
word we're looking for.
Yeah.
well, it's grotesque business. We're talking murders here.
We're talking about monogram knives on homeless people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, speaking of homeless people and knives, I also played Lego Adventures,
course.
Horizon.
Very Thanksgiving.
I
I'm
don't
feeling
know.
in the spirit.
The Horizon game. The Horizon
Got it,
Lego
it's good.
game. I don't know what it's called.
Let me look that up
Lego
here.
Worlds.
It's called Horizon
Yeah.
Adventures.
Lego
Matt.
Horizon
Continue.
Adventures.
But it's called, it has nothing to do with, Lego Horizon Adventure. Okay, sorry, stupid.
Has nothing to do with what? Horizon?
No, I
Homeless
forgot.
people?
I didn't hear the Horizon in the thing. So if you remember whatever, when my first show on this show was doing Indiana Jones Lego.
Yeah,
so I have a
remember that.
long history of Lego games. And I think I've played almost every single one. But I'm at a point where I'm like, you got to show me something new to bring me back to the Lego world.
I was hip to it in the beginning. I played the
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, the Batman, Star Wars. And then, actually, the Star Wars one wasn't that
Pirates
bad.
of the Caribbean.
I never did
played
that.
Harry Potter.
But it got a little repetitive. I'm like, it's just a bunch
is,
of
and-
shuffling
I
bricks
like the
around.
sound
and
of two Legos clanking together.
yeah.
Oh, there's that ASMR aspect
Yeah.
of Lego games that's really cool.
Satisfying.
Just the collecting the studs, the clinking of the studs as they go into your pocket. So this game, beautiful to look at, by the way. Like just like the games thereafter, this is top tier Lego.
Is this a strong enough
visuals.
license for this, by the way?
No, so let me get to that. I don't think it is a strong enough license. I don't know who the target audience is, because if it's Horizon fans like me, it's way too simple a gameplay, way too streamed down, way too kiddish in the way that there's a narrator telling you the story. It sounds like a dad telling his kid a story, and a lot of dad jokes and a lot of very light. All the characters have been shaved down to just quirky people. So you're losing a lot of what made the characters in the game fantastic. It was a very dark game with a lot of brooding people, a lot of big issues. But this is just kind of a fun romp. And so so I don't know. Fans aren't really going to be like, this is a good representation of the game.
It's launched with
And
less
kids
players
aren't
than
gonna-
Concord on Steam.
And by the way,
players than Concord.
yeah.
So it's bombing.
This is on the Switch.
Yeah, it launched same day everywhere.
I'd be
It's a PlayStation title.
interested to see if they pulled it off. I mean, it functions. I mean, you go around with your bow, you shoot stuff.
That's the best thing you can say about something. It's like a penis. It functions.
It's
you
a
want to say
playable
more,
game.
It functions. The guy can
I could
pee.
see if you had a kid, if you're looking for a good co-op, because it heavily
A
co-op
kid that
focused.
just loves Aloy or
I'd
Alloy,
rather my
whatever
kids
That's the
play
thing.
that other game
What?
with the homeless
Yeah.
people with the JL knife.
Kids
I'd
don't
rather-
know Horizon.
Yeah,
the target
no.
audience, the kids that are going to play this are going to be like, what's this? I saw my dad play it, but
I don't think
so
those other Lego
it is-
games were for kids, Zabum. They were huge, mainstream games. Indiana Jones
were.
wasn't for kids, right? They were for people in their 30s and 40s
I
that
mean,
knew Indiana
that
Jones.
last Star Wars,
You know?
I rather enjoyed that on a vacation.
That was
I
great.
did.
I,
What?
I take issue with chat.
Star Wars
Chat saying it's a
trilogy.
Lego game. Of course, it's for kids. That's not the truth. Lego games have long catered to adult. That's the thing. In this game, there's not many secrets. In the old Lego games, there was a secret every 2 inches and different scenes you could unlock. This feels like it's just very straightforward, and you're doing the same things over again. Go into an area, fight dinosaurs, fight cultists, leave.
Yeah.
And for the hour that I played it, that it didn't really switch it up. Again, beautiful backgrounds, interesting points where you're maybe climbing a dinosaur one time, but it's not really rising above. So for me, it's not going to pull me back. But
Full price game too, right?
Winnie came and saw me play it, and she's like, this looks interesting. So I would happily let her pick up a controller and we can co-op this. So that's where the enjoyment out of this game is going to be, I think, for fans.
Right.
It looks shitty. It's got bad reviews too. Only 100 reviews, and they're mixed. And like I said, it launched with less concurrent players than Concord. This is a misstep for Sony. It's not.
It is.
good.
It's a short game too. It very much seems like just a half Lego game. It just seems like someone got a message saying we need to push out a Lego Horizon Adventures.
They should have done an Astrobot thing with all the different
Oh my
Sony
God.
properties. Then, put a God of War level, put an Astrobot level, put a Horizon
Or
level.
do a God
put
of War Lego.
Yeah,
Do a God of War Lego.
It's the worst
So,
property for it too.
It's just it's a property that never really got its it's not talked about. It's
But it is treated like it's primo first
Sony
party
treats it that way.
system mover.
That Last of Us one, dark and spooky.
You know what's
like
funny?
this.
I didn't realize
Last of
that
Us Lego would be amazing.
Guerrilla Games does Horizon. I didn't know that. So they pulled those guys off Killzone to work on this game.
That's the thing. The games are like incredible in terms of what they do in these games and the scale of the fights.
But I'd rather they work on Killzone. Make a new Killzone game.
Bring Killzone back.
I would love
The
that.
same guys. Maybe those guys are gone.
Same studio.
Reboot
it's
it.
now- it's
Just
now
start the
purple-haired
story
women.
again.
I don't think it's the same guys that did Killzone. Could you imagine that's your job? You sign up, you're working on Killzone. They tell you you're going to make Lego Horizon Adventures next. These guys are.
Well, I think
They left.
it's a guerrilla IP. I think the actual
Right.
developer for this game was Studio Gobo, who did Disney Infinite 3.0.
Okay. I'm getting some lore.
I do want to say the voice acting is great because they got everyone from the original. They got Ashley Birch. You guys watched
I do like that show.
Mystic
I know what
Quest.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
coming
she
back.
was one of the
Mythic Quest
testers.
has a new season coming soon.
I did like
The
that.
Always
spin-off.
Sunny guys. Yeah, and a spinoff.
So I do not personally like the game, but if you got a kid, it's
Yeah.
on sale. I think it could be a fun weekend for sure. So that's what that is. And finally, I picked up Resident Evil 4 remake because
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2 got me in the mood, baby. And I really wanted to just jump right into just another thing like that, relatively new.
Really?
And Resident Evil 4 is just scratching that itch. I love it. I love it so much. I played on VR for about 70. Well, like, I think you remember 2 years ago, I played on VR for like 75% of the game. And then I found out this was being made, so I kind of put a pause on that because I didn't want the ending spoiled. But I'm going through it. I love what I haven't played the original. I can't tell you what they changed, but I am feeling like this is a new Resident Evil game to me. And
Wait, Matt, I'm confused. So you play this on VR on your Quest?
Yes, Quest 2.
Okay.
Yes, and that was a while back, and that's an amazing experience. That's like a Quest 2 seller for me. If you're gonna rank
All right,
the games,
but Resident Evil 4 Remake VR, is that what you played?
no, I played Resident Evil 4 remake PlayStation. I'm just saying I experienced the game a little bit in VR.
Okay, because there is a Resident Evil 4 Remake VR too.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Did you play the Resident
No,
Evil
I
2
don't-
remake? That's my favorite of the remakes. I don't know why. Because I love Leon
Yeah,
Kennedy.
me too.
In it.
3 was meh. 3 was the one with
yeah.
the big guy, right? The
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
2
whatever
was
it's
good.
called.
4 was good too. I like them almost better than Silent Hill. I know that might be controversial, but I do.
I think I do as well. Silent Hill is a lot of like, what's going on? Like, why is this
Yeah.
door with 2 people having sex on it following me down a hall? I don't. But Resident Evil,
It's creepy. It's creepier, but
it's more of a mental game. Silent Hill 2, but Resident Evil is just shoot a lot of zombies, and the combat feels great too. So yeah,
So
those
Matt,
3
I
games,
believe that you
yeah.
could play it in VR if you got a PSVR 2.
I don't want a PSVR 2. I guess they're on sale pretty cheap.
Because I'm reading
wanna send me a
IGN here. They're
PSVR
saying
2.
it's like the best looking VR game.
Probably. But when I was playing Resident Evil 4 on my Quest 2, I just, like you, I did not like putting on the helmet, having
know.
to stand up and play the game. I'm like, I just want to sit down and play this game right now. I'm not that active. Oh, speaking of which, I'm still playing the Batman game on Quest 3. And it's so good. I hope they translate this into like a regular console release. I think they could with some minor adjustments because it is a legit rock steady Batman game. Like if you're looking for the next in the series, this is it. It just happens to be in VR right now.
yeah, I want it. I'm sure it'll come out in like a year or two. I feel like timed exclusives are where we're at, even with VR.
But I think
They'll adapt it.
Yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity. Like they could easily sell this as a regular just Batman game. So
Yep.
hope they do that.
And I know
trying
you
to think
watched
what are you
Penguin
doing
and
in
you
that?
liked it because we were talking about. I saw in Discord like.
Oh goddamn,
and they
Penguin, so
Penguin
good.
was great. I just started watching the Dune show. It's actually not that bad, but they could release this game maybe when Batman 2 comes out. And it's definitely a miss. Like everybody I know who's played this on VR is like, it's awesome. And I'm just like, I'm not going to buy a new Quest for it, but I want to play.
Yeah, it's an experience.
But Matt, in that Batman game, is it mostly just like combat? Like, what are you doing in that game?
Oh, the combat is, first of all, the combat's amazingly satisfying. Like you're talking 360 combat. Like when you turn to face the enemy, there's a prompt to what hand to punch him with. So it's all rhythm combat again, except in VR. So you're following on-screen prompts. You see someone punching from the side. You parry them by putting your arm out. Then you turn to them and punch them. Super satisfying, super crunchy. You just feel like you're walking into rooms just beating the shit out of people. But you're also swinging from ledge to ledge and doing the stealthy stuff too, where you're using gadgets, you're putting on your Batman vision and you're seeing through walls. So you just feel like Batman. You look down, you're in the Batman suit and you're pulling smoke grenades off your chest and
awesome.
It's so immersive. It's so cool. But if you get sick, like if you get VR sick, my wife tried playing this and she got sick like immediately. So you need to have your legs to play this game.
Yeah.
Really? You're swooping in and you're flying a lot
I never got my VR
too.
legs. I can just Beat Saber. Anything else?
The only game that ever got me sick was like Wipeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was fast racing.
That was
that got me sick too.
And I thought
cool.
I didn't think it was honestly possible for me to get sick from that shit. And I'm like, I don't feel well from this. It's fucking with my stomach.
Yeah.
Batman started that way for me. I'm like, here we go. But I think my body got used to it because I've been playing a lot.
Right.
Drinking Mill Street Brewery organic lager.
Very nice. Oh, I forgot to mention before. I want to mention this, John. You'll care, Matt. You won't. The next Warcraft expansion, Midnight, has housing, which I've been wanting for like 20 years. Yeah. So I have no faith that Blizzard's going to make it cool. I hope it's not Garrison 2.0, but finally we're going to get housing for the next Warcraft expansion. So they announced that along with their 30-year event.
Housing like Star Citizen promises,
we
or
don't
housing
know
like
anything
New
yet.
World did?
I'm feeling like it's going to be a door you walk in and instanced, and you just like there's prefab things. So
Yeah,
you're going to be able to show
that's-
off like boss stuff probably and like things like that from the trailer, but we don't know anything. Like I want like Final Fantasy housing where you go into like a town or a zone and you see everybody's houses. You can go in other people's houses where you don't have to be like in their party. But I feel like it's WoW and it's probably going to be bad, but
it's a difficult problem to solve though. Like New World seems to feature some housing in the town, and I think people are like fighting over the real estate or something.
Yeah,
and you basically go into their house and it's like walking through a museum, and you get to see where they
want them to do
decorated.
it like other MMOs have, where there's professions tied to it, and you can you're a woodworking, you can do furniture. I hope it's just not a cash shop grab where hey, buy this to furnish, buy a bed for $2.99. I want to like send me out, let me chop down trees, let me build something, let me build a house, let me whatever. But we'll see. It's coming out for World of Warcraft Midnight, which is the second in the trilogy, and I'm very excited. But it's not for another year or two or whatever.
That's awesome.
All right, so John, Xbox news and a lot of stuff. What's going on?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Are we talking nominations or is that in another show?
We can
do that. Oh yeah, we have to talk about our own games maybe if the end of the month for December. But yeah, what did you think of the? Let me scroll because that was down the bottom of like the most nominated
Astrobot?
games and the games of the year. Yeah.
I'm
So
happy
the
to
Game
see
Awards,
Astrobot there.
Astrobot, Balatro, which I think is a huge thing from a single developer.
I
Black
really
Myth
do.
Wukong,
I'm surprised
Ring,
that got on that list.
Shadow of the Erd Tree. Don't
I
think a
think it's-
DLC deserves to be there, but that was their controversy this year. It's not a game if you need another game to play it. It's a DLC. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metaphor ReFantazio. Those are the 6 games from Jeff Keighley's awards.
I don't know. The Elden Ring thing is a bit of a controversy, but it feels like it's big enough to be a full game by itself. Like people are saying it's 30 hours. So I think they screwed themselves by calling it a DLC, not just like Elden Ring 2.0 or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, but if you can't just buy it and play it, then it's not a game to me.
Here's
So
the
I feel like
important
it's
question.
silly. What's that?
Knowing what we know about the people who are voting, what game wins?
I see Balatro winning just for everyone kind of pinky up. Like,
yeah, I mean, forget about
sophisticated.
what we think of each individual game. I'm just curious to see how they vote.
Astrobot or Balatro?
I'm thinking Metaphor or Final Fantasy.
No.
Well, here's the most
Metaphor.
nominated
That's
games.
too
The
niche.
7 nominations, leading it is Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. 6 nominations, Metaphor. 5, Balatro Silent Hill 2. 4 for Wukong, Elden Ring, Call of Duty, Helldivers, and Senua's Saga. So John is right there by bringing up Final Fantasy because it's one of the 2 games with 7 nominations.
Right.
But
I mean, of these games, the one I like the most personally is obviously Astrobot.
I think Wukong deserves it because
I think Wukong deserves it
graphically and design.
Sure, Astrobot had all that too, in different
it's
palettes.
different. I mean, what they did with the Unreal 5 engine, and I think we're in trouble because all these developers, other than the one guy from Balatro who is from Canada, Matt, all these developers are from Japan or China.
Yeah, basically, Western games are dead.
Yeah,
that's what we're
people
learning
making them.
here.
Yeah. It was a bad year.
We got one dude in Canada and then China and Japan dominating everything else.
Well, where's Astrobot located? Where's that team?
Japan is Team Wasabi.
Okay.
And it's a small team. Black Myth, small team.
Yeah.
Balatro, one dude.
Yeah. You don't need a lot of people to make quality stuff now.
No, because when you get too many people, that's when it goes south. Because everyone's got a fucking idea.
I definitely think either Astrobot or Balatro, only because I think, and not to say Black Myth didn't do it, but I think they were most creative or they're most different. Like at the end of the day, Black Myth is still, I've played games like this, whereas Balatro, I've never played a game like Balatro. Yeah, I tried a little bit.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was one of those games where
listen, I'm rooting for the
people are
Balatro
calling
guy.
Astrobot like Mario, right? It's been done before. It's a platformer, but
there's like what it does in that game. I haven't done in other platformers.
okay.
Like there's a lot of
it's
creativity
uniqueness
coming out
that
of that
stands
game.
out for you. And John, you're rooting for Balatro guy.
I'm rooting for it, but I don't think I don't think it's possible for that game to win. I just don't.
Well, we're
I'm sorry.
going to do our own personal picks at the end of December before the New Year, so we'll have to think on that, and we'll see where we're at.
I want to talk about
this
this thing that's going on that maybe you guys don't really know about.
Okay.
It's a little controversial, maybe. I don't know. The ADL.
Yeah, I know that.
I saw this developing over the last week. And the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, added Peppy, the frog, to and I think it was a setup for the step 2. Okay.
Yes. Because like 75% of the shit they have on Steam is just people using the Pepe meme.
Yes. So if Peppy is like a Reddit, 4chan, 2chan, whatever. It's that world, right? It's a bunch of smart ass trolls using it in all kinds of contexts. And in fact, my oldest daughter, when she was younger, loved Peppy, right? When Peppy started out, okay? And so the ADL added this to a list of hate symbols.
So stupid.
Which is a setup for step 2, which is them going after Steam to censor it and potentially just cause all kinds of hell for them. And the gamers are going, you're picking the wrong crowd here. First of all, you don't even understand Peppy or anything about it.
Yep.
And maybe, listen, I don't know. But as far as I know, it's just a meme troll thing. And I know that it's used in all kinds of nefarious ways.
Sure, but anything can be. They said the OK symbol was used that way.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Homer Simpson doing coke or something
we
somewhere,
all see
I'm sure.
Peppy now just being used as a troll.
I've seen porn of Marge.
Like, right?
Yeah.
You know, it can, and there's a million different types of them too. So there's like, happy Peppy.
Right, so
and
this is
Peppy
going on, and it's actually rather like serious. Like a senator is urging Valve to address the extreme hateful content on Steam. And I saw a letter that came from Congress that was sent to Gabe Newell saying that if you don't take action, we're going to come down on you. And the letter actually said, you're profitable now, and we know it. Do you want to remain that way?
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
They're
like the
also
mafia.
flagging words like shekel. They don't want that. I say schmeckles all the time with my friends.
But
okay,
gold
schmeckles. We can't
here's
say
the thing,
shekel?
though. This is a test.
What does that mean? What? It's a test. What? See if Gabe bends the knee?
If they succeed here, now they got the playbook for Twitter and whatever else. Just saying.
I mean,
Are you saying they're going after games as a low-hanging branch to set a precedent?
I don't know. I think
And then climb the...
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. They've been trying to pass free speech laws and stuff, and like it's just like, what is an Xbox? What is free speech? Yours or mine?
it's bullshit, and I think that they'll do the right thing because Steam just stays out of it and doesn't give a fuck. But depends how much pressure they're really putting on.
Okay, so are they going to just start like moderating the living fuck? And the thing is, again, what's offensive? Some smart ass
you think
frog?
it'd be offensive tomorrow, and it could change, and
yeah,
it might be offensive to one thing and not another. So I don't know. It's stupid.
I'm gonna try to find the letter that Congress sent Gabe. If you're interested, I don't know.
There was a cool.
Here,
I just want to segue because Gabe, we're talking Gabe. They released a documentary about Half-Life, or because it's like
and
20th
it's free.
anniversary.
Half-Life 2 is free on Steam to claim right now.
And there were scenes from an unreleased episode 3 that looked really cool. Like they were full on making this game, but then they're like, it's not good enough. It's not next gen enough, and they just canned it. That makes me upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
this was a letter the U.S. Senate sent Gabe on 4 days ago. And basically saying it's been brought to your attention before that there's
hope he
extremists.
says, fuck you.
I don't know.
Yep.
The
He
ADL
gets
has
back
found,
on
in
his
addition
yacht,
to extremely
eats a
concerning
hamburger.
number of hateful account and users, there's 48,000 groups with names that include hateful words.
Yeah, welcome
you
to
said-
the internet. I don't know.
What?
But yeah.
There's groups with hateful words. Like what? Like suck my dick? Like is that like
John, you can't say grape. Please stop. We're all offended.
I don't even know what that means.
I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I can't change it anyway. And I think that Steam will handle it the best way they can because it's just the way it goes. So we did say already, you know, Xbox handheld officially in the works, according to Phil Spencer. This has been confirmed. I want to know, and I've said mine, what is your guys' wish list for it? Mine would have to be that it allows Steam. I think that's the game changer. If it can only play Xbox games, it's DOA to me. If it can play Steam as well, if it launches Steam, then I think it's great. What would you guys want to see on an Xbox handheld, John? Would you want to see it really powerful with a dock? Matt, would you want to see it like what are
Definitely Steam access.
Steam access? Okay.
Like just get right in bed with Steam.
Well, okay, the $65,000 question is Windows or no Windows. That's it. So
Windows
if they go the Windows route, then don't worry, Steam will work.
handheld Windows. Yeah. If you open up the Windows world, you now make Xbox more attractive than PlayStation.
Right. My gut on this is that, and I bet you I'm right. It's going to be the Xbox interface on a handheld, but there will be a way to root it somehow to get to just make it straight up Windows.
Right.
That's
So
what
there'll be
probably is going
like
to happen.
an SD slot you can put Windows on and boot to it or something.
Yeah, just like the Steam Deck. Like the Steam
Right.
Deck can do that, right? And I've done it. And that's kind of what I think. I think they're going to make it kind of idiot proof like the Xbox is.
Right.
You think about casting or like a dock or something like that? Like follow the Steam Deck
They have
format?
to do the dock. I think that the Switch kind of set that
What if it
precedent.
docks into the next Xbox
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
and it gets more powerful, gives a little juice? I don't know. That wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, they need a dock. I don't like streaming, so I would prefer a dock, like sell a kit with or without the dock. I mean, the Switch model is good. That's why it worked. And Steam Deck did it, and all these handheld PCs have done it. But if Xbox
the Steam
wants to
Deck did
compete
not-
with them,
They did not do it initially. But I think the demand, they saw the demand because, like, you know, the third party were figuring out
Yep.
workarounds with docks. Like I had the JSOC dock and it worked pretty decent. And Valve's like, oh shit, we got to get in this dock business.
yeah, don't Google docking. That's a good tip, Silen. And yeah, today, if you were waiting, they are available, those white OLED Steam Decks. I really want one, but I'm holding myself back. I'm going to wait for Steam Deck 2, but damn, they look good. And they're limited edition. They're only available for a limited time. They're going to sell out. So check that out if you want a
I'm
Steam
gonna-
Deck.
I gotta.
Yeah.
I feel.
so
hang on.
we talked about the what is an Xbox.
I'm a little
from our show.
gassy. I think.
All right, go ahead.
Hang
We'll
on.
keep
John, are you
going with
okay?
the news.
I don't. Listen. I'm sorry to do this. I just.
This is
I
big news,
apologize.
Matt. Talk to me about
I'm a
this. So
step away.
Sony may be buying From Software's parent company.
Right.
This could
Yeah.
be huge.
This could. So I've already seen people upset about this move, and it baffles me how anyone on the Xbox side can be like, it's not fair that they're going to buy a whole company.
The not fair thing is stupid, but I think worrying about fucking with From Software is what worries people. For me as a PC gamer, I worry they would
Sure.
start holding back their releases a year or two, but then the releases might be better because maybe they're going to be optimized like over 60 FPS or have ultra-wide support, or will we finally get that Bloodborne remake that everybody wants? I feel like there could be a good or
That's
bad
an immediate
thing.
seller.
So that if Sony buys this and people are pissed off, but then they go, oh, Bloodborne remaster remake coming for PC and PS4 5 Pro, then all of a sudden everybody's like anger, I think, goes right out the fucking window and they're just excited.
I also read somewhere like From Software has 25 games in development, so I feel like Sony would just buy them and just hands
it's
off.
also
Be
their
like, you
parent
guys have a
company.
magic.
This company owns a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even want to interact with the turkey this year. This is all you, Matt. I can't do it.
What is
can't do
going on?
it.
Oh no! Is this
It's
the
a
turkey?
Yeah. I think, Kevin, I agree. Sony, I mean, they'd have to be idiots to fuck with them. They just got to leave, be hands off, right?
Live service Elden Ring MMO.
Yeah, please no.
talking about? Hello?
Oh,
we're talking
hey,
about-
Turkey.
From Software and Sony.
Turkey, Turkey, you've escaped so many years. What's your secret there, bud? How are you?
Well, I gotta be careful, I gotta be really careful. I gotta make it to next year, Matt.
Well, that's because
Probably coming on podcasts isn't a great way to stay
pardoned
hidden.
him, though. I thought he's like, didn't Trump pardon him?
I got a free pass. I'm kind of a magic turkey. But I don't know what's going on, guys. All these Japanese guys are making the good games, huh? That's good.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Turkey's getting political.
Well, my son's into this stuff,
Right. Does
you
he
got a
use the
son?
Pepe?
I do.
Does he use the Pepe?
He's a little gibble, I tell you that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, what do you guys just... Oh, Michelle, how you doing there, huh?
I was good until you showed up, Turkey. It makes me
but
uncomfortable.
everyone
hear.
tell your audio sounds really good.
Yeah, thanks.
How do you do that?
It's a Yeti mic with some
Oh,
software.
wow.
It's really easy. I think a child could do it.
You're so professional here. It's
Thank you.
Amazing.
I know. Everybody.
Oh my God! What is this?
I did win our best host in the
They
Discord.
went a butterball
I won
turkey on your
favorite host.
screen. What's going
John
on
did
out
it.
here?
John
Turkey,
did it.
can you take a question from chat this year? Well, okay, I'm going to ask it anyways. Jedi of Light, has the turkey played Farming Simulator 25? I'm interested in your thoughts on this.
Are you kidding me?
You could probably farm your own people, right?
I
You could
wanna hunt
probably.
farmers. I hate
Would a
those
turkey
fuckers.
be a cannibal if they ate their own?
They've killed a lot of my family, these farmers.
Turkey stuffed turkey.
No, the farmers, they killed my family. I had 3 wives. Yeah.
I almost
They're
made
dead.
a
They're all
joke. I couldn't
dead.
say it.
People
I
eat them.
stopped myself.
I can't
Yeah.
keep a wife.
They ate 3
Are
of your
turkeys
wives?
poly? Like, are
Did you at the
turkeys.
same time? Are you a Mormon? What
Yeah.
happened?
Oh, I got the
Oh.
one, and then it gets eaten.
Okay.
And then the next one gets etten. And then the next
You sound
one
like
gets
They eat the
eaten.
Bill
they eat the
Cosby
fat
choking.
one first. Yeah, he's like Bill Cosby giving a blowjob. That's what this turkey is.
Why are you saying
That's what he's doing in
blowjob?
prison right now. Wait, is he dead? Wait, did they let him out? What's wrong
He's
with
gurgling.
where's Bill Cosby?
No, I think he left
I
it.
tell you what,
He's
things are
gargling
not
right
good,
now.
huh? All right,
No,
guys.
things-
Oh,
I
it's
just,
Rodney Dangerfield turkey now.
I just wanted to stop in here.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, Turkey. Stay
That's cool.
safe, okay?
Okay, you too. Happy
Thanks.
Hope you get pardoned
Thanksgiving,
again.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope he gets
take care, dude,
pardoned,
guy.
Because, I feel bad. When you know people and then
Would
they've
you
died.
eat him? What if he
No.
doesn't get pardoned? Would you eat him if John
I
sent
don't want
you
to eat
some
anything
like?
that's spoken to me. It's like one of my rules of life. Yeah. I feel like
That's
if you've
fair.
talked to
yeah,
something,
no, that's
don't
a good
eat
rule
it.
to live by.
You know?
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Sorry,
hopefully
guys.
John's
Sorry,
stomach is all right. Okay, you.
Yeah.
okay, bud?
turkey,
Oh
John.
God. Thanks, Rat. What?
You missed the turkey again,
The
dude.
turkey was here. What the?
He was here. Check
I
your
don't know
desk.
how
for, like,
you managed.
pellets.
Oh my God. I had explosive diarrhea.
Ew.
I don't know how you managed
eat?
to do it, dude, but every year.
Yeah.
What?
Can
I
you
had
just stop
turkey
eating before the
chili.
show? Can you fast or something?
Oh my
Don't
God.
eat chili before the show. That seems like a rookie
Well,
Yeah.
mistake.
He's on like a lemon cleanse or something. I don't know. He's watching TikTok. There's bitches sucking on rinds, and he's like, I saw him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
like-
I didn't wash the lemon rind this time, and
Yep.
maybe that's what
Listeria
happened.
Lemon
all
pea.
over
E.
the
coli.
place. Yep. There's some problem with onions going on. Baby carrots right now are dirty.
Oh my God, baby carrots.
Yeah, baby carrots. They're
no.
dirty. Yep.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
continue
God,
never eating
Michelle.
baby carrots.
I know. I love baby carrots. So this one
Hey, how do
touched me
they make?
personally. I
how do
was in a
they-
panic.
what do they make olive oil out of, Matt?
Olives.
Shoot.
Yeah.
No, that's a trick question. Peaches.
Hey, what do they make corn oil out of, Matt?
Olives.
All right, what do they make baby oil out of?
Babies. Hey,
Yeah.
Minecraft is finally getting a theme park, guys.
Yeah?
I think they're making a Minecraft world, I think, in Universal Studios. I could find out if
really?
I click the headline.
Why don't
Yeah.
you find out, Matt? Don't
Merlin
leave us on the edge of
Entertainment.
our seat.
100. Okay. One each for the US and the UK, set to open in 2026 or 2027 at unspecified locations. It will include the development of first of its kind concepts for Minecraft themed guest accommodation, retail, and food and beverage. So we're getting a full experience. Full
Interesting.
Minecraft.
Kids are gonna go crazy.
But sure, but if it's like that Super Mario World, I hope that it's big. That Super Mario World looks super claustrophobic to me. Like I want
Does
a
it?
big Minecraft world. Have you guys? No, you haven't been, John. Have you?
No. When I was there, the big thing was the Harry Potter shit.
I live very close to
I wanna-
Disneyland. I've still never been. I don't even know what's there.
the Harry Potter thing was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the universe. But
Yeah.
I've seen videos of the Super Mario Land, and it's tiny.
Is that in
It's
the
like
U.S.
just-
now, or is that just in Japan? I don't even know.
I feel like it's in the U.S. or at least it's opening soon at Universal. Pretty sure. There was a
I
big
don't know.
box of answers. I can check this out on.
I have some
Super.
news here.
Okay.
Ubisoft Splinter Cell movie canceled after producer
Universal Orlando.
admits they just couldn't get it right. It's one of the ones
Really?
that got away. Yeah, first of all, you waited too long. Sam Fisher, nobody knows who he is now, right?
I know.
Anybody
Well,
under
I mean, it
30
should have
has
been
no
George
clue who Sam
Clooney.
Fisher is. Yeah.
George Clooney would have been perfect back in the day, during that time. Right?
Anybody would have been good during that
It's the
time.
guy from
when it was-
Twisters. He's the
He's
new
everywhere, that guy.
hunty guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
everywhere.
good.
He's not really grizzled enough though. I think Sam Fisher's a little more like,
I thought George Clooney had the look, the face for that.
maybe. I think he's a little soft. We need more of a military
back in his
dude.
day. What about Ryan
Maybe.
Reynolds
No, too
No,
goofy.
no, he looks like a
or
squirrel.
Jim
I-
from The Office?
No,
Matthew
please
Perry.
stop with that guy. No, Matthew Perry is dead in a tub of his own vomit, John.
Listen,
Stop talking
I
about
don't
it.
mind Jim from The Office at all.
How did he
the
win
guy.
Sexiest Man Alive? That
Yes. Is that true? Is he?
I don't know.
True.
I feel like that's what the magazine said.
You know
that I
what? The
saw.
thing is, like his silhouette looks like handsome, but his face looks kind of just really boyish to me. Like just kind of.
He's
They've been
got a
going with
potato
older-
face.
What?
They've been going with older dudes for a little while though with that thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's
Well.
more just like the
Well,
distinguishable.
sexiness is
Glenn-
not just a pure physical beauty thing. Apparently, it's supposed to be his
Right.
energy that's sexy, but to me, he just looks like he's missing a chromosome or something. I mean, he's Jim from The Office, right? That
I know, but they turned him
wasn't
into
he
like an
a-
Iraq superstar type guy.
Yeah, but
like,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work on
yeah
him.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
work
and he
on
did
him.
that whatever that where the army base was being raided by the bad guys and they're trapped in there, whatever that was called.
Every single
Yeah,
movie.
I know
ever.
what you mean.
Is it like 3 Nights in Fallujah or something? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
Like,
3 Nights with Fellatio. That's the porn. Xbox is the most played platform for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Phil Spencer
Oh my
says.
God.
Are you excited, John? Did Phil do it again? Is Phil on a roll right now, John?
I don't know. I mean, I've been playing
you
Call
mad
of
at
Duty
him?
like crazy on. No, not at all.
Well, he's a little mad
For
that he
stealing
took
your
our
slogan?
slogan. Like, did you plan that with Phil at lunch or?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Did they really
be
take
bitter.
it, or is it just
Yes.
very? It's
I've spoken to, yeah.
Or
I
is
think,
it the first thing that came to mind?
It's,
No,
if anything,
it's
I was just
literally
way
what is
ahead of
an
the
Xbox.
curve. I just
No.
noticed it before they did. But I
don't
think
know,
they would
John.
have arrived there eventually
right.
if they had any marketing chops.
Yeah.
I'm actually
I think
surprised
it'll
here
also-
Call of Duty's number one on Xbox, but I guess Game Pass is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested to see the numbers of Steam versus Xbox PC versus Xbox.
There's too many
versus
versions of everything. Like
PlayStation.
I was just looking at like Diablo, like
Yeah.
when you talked to us, like it's an Xbox version, it's a Game Pass version, it's a Windows version. No, it's a Steam version. Like Microsoft needs to get their shit together with all these versions. I feel like,
Well, Call of Duty's even a mess, Michelle, because
yeah,
I have COD points, Call of Duty points, the currency
Yep.
that's worth real money. Okay. I have points that are trapped on my Steam version of Call of Duty
yeah,
that do not talk to my Xbox version on the PC.
so messy.
frustrating.
Right? So like that's dumb. And then the XP tokens, if you guys were following this, Treyarch accidentally let the old XP tokens come forward into Black Ops 6. And everyone was freaking out like, "Oh my god, Treyarch, you're so awesome to let us get our old double XP tokens." And then they said, "Oh, that was a mistake," and they took them away.
Oh no.
And so, like, one night, Matt and I had like 50 double XP tokens. We're like, yes, finally. And then the next day, Treyarch said, "Oh yeah, we kind of fucked that up. We didn't mean to do that." And the
They
community
didn't give you any compensation. They didn't see like, okay, our bad, but you still get
no,
this.
and then the community went ape shit. And then they said, "Okay, we'll bring them back in the next patch, but we never really meant to do this." Like,
They can't not bring them
Yeah.
back.
That's shitty.
well, yeah.
So Punko says Stalker 2 comes out on Game Pass tomorrow. Yep, that's a pretty good get because it looks good. If you like Fallout,
Oh,
or anything
Stalker?
like
Looks
that.
great,
Yeah,
actually.
Stalker
Yeah.
looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
so I watched a little bit of the documentary on that,
The new
And-
game or the first one?
the new one.
And what do you think? Is there like a
Well-
part 2 to that?
Well, it was basically a Ukraine thing. So
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still
Well,
working.
that's a good
Like-
game. We're going to be off next week, but I'm sure one of us will talk about it maybe on a bonus show or when we're back or something like that because we're off for Thanksgiving. So, but yeah, check out Game Pass. Otherwise, Stalker is people are yelling about it because it's really, really taxing, apparently, and but whatever they were showing with the graphics, was with DLSS on. So if you want to get 60 frames with a 4090, you still need DLSS on or something.
Are you
I don't know.
serious?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really intensive. But we'll see how that pans out on Xboxes themselves, because a lot of people will probably be playing right on Game Pass on Xbox. So yeah, check out Stalker 2.
Yeah, Phil's killing it.
Yes.
Well, you laugh, but they are.
Well, they said
Listen,
he actually gave them a little dig. Did you see that? He said, we're not growing the business selling $1,000 consoles. He took a dig at the PS5
Sony.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is that here? Microsoft CEO Phil Spencer gave a dig at PS5 and said, we're not going to grow the market with 1K consoles. Oh, we're going to grow it with Game Pass subs, I guess, is what he's saying.
I agree with him, though.
But
and
what
also,
is he fucking saying? First of all, I'm sorry, I take issue with this, Phil, because you guys just released a new Xbox, $100 less than what the PS5 Pro costs, and there's no new hardware in it. No faster CPU, no faster GPU, no faster
it's
RAM.
white, Michelle.
I don't give a shit.
Hello.
It's $100.
You just oozed over the fucking OLED.
Yeah, because it's so pretty. It's white and it's got this pretty green background.
Yeah, so
blue
maybe
background.
I think this Xbox is pretty. Okay.
Yeah, but how can Phil knock the PS5 Pro price when he's selling an Xbox $100 less with shittier hardware?
Well, he only took the optical drive away.
No, it's worse hardware than the Pro, and it's $100 less. So Phil can't be saying
I understand.
Xbox
I was
is so
comparing
cheap
it to
and
the
frugal.
previous.
It's $1 and it's $200. No, you guys are selling an Xbox $100 less with shit in it, with old tech, and at least the PS5 Pro is some bump, even though a lot of games don't support it yet, right? The list came out and it's 3 games.
Listen, I think what Microsoft's doing is actually the right move, though, to just sit on the sidelines, let Sony milk the PS5 Pro for the next 3-4 years, and then they can come out with the next Xbox in a year or two, and it will trounce that thing.
And the handheld thing. That's, like I said, Phil admitting now, saying in public, it's being worked on, I think is the most exciting news for a lot of people with Xbox because of that, you guys are all saying, getting Windows on it, getting Steam on it. So we're going to get out of here. We do thank you guys so much for listening.
How long was the PS4 Pro around before the 5 came out? Do we know? Is it a year,
Very
2,
short.
3?
It felt very short.
It was?
At least it felt short between it releasing and then them announcing a PS5. It felt like no
we could do the
reason.
math. Okay, the PS4 release, the PS4 Pro. Oh my god! Of course, I can't find it in 2 seconds. The PS4 Pro came out.
This is what you interrupted me ending the show for.
But I actually really wanted to figure this out. What? 2016. 2016, Matt.
There you go.
Okay.
2016.
PS5 Pro, November 10th, 2016. PS5 came out when? 2020. So 4 years.
Really?
Fucking years
Was it
of
4
that.
years?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So
bad memory then.
Microsoft is, I think, doing the right thing.
I think so in the long run. I think that they're going. I mean, they've been more profitable. They've said that we're up, revenue is up. So what is an Xbox? So yeah, I think that's they are on the right path. But we'll see.
Right. So if the PlayStation 6 isn't coming out till 2028, and if Microsoft says, all right, for the next 2 years, we're going to develop a handheld with a matching console to come out in 2026.
Yep. Get the bundle, get the dock, the base.
And by that time, our Game Pass library and first party titles will be completely fortified. We got Call of Duty every year. That's an asset. Who knows what they do with the Blizzard stuff? Indiana Jones, I think, is going to be a hit this winter. I predict it.
I feel like that's coming to PlayStation eventually. Isn't he also saying
and it
all
should.
these things?
I think Phil should do that.
Yeah.
And he should have in there propaganda for the PlayStation owner. What is an Xbox? Are you on Xbox right now playing this? Are you, buddy?
That's true. Your PlayStation is an Xbox, actually.
Huh?
Yeah.
It is?
PlayStation's now an Xbox. Sucker.
Your brain is an
what's
Xbox.
up, man?
This is your brain on Xbox.
That's right.
Well, if you want to come down to our Discord, we're giving away Farming Simulator 25, as well as some Weeb games coming up, Dragon Ball Sparking and Dragon Quest HD 2D remake, whatever. Double Dragon games. And you get extra entries if you support us here on Twitch or on the app where we do weekly bonus shows, or in Discord where we have 100 subs podcasts coming up in a couple weeks here, banked that you can listen to. So we hope you guys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. We are off next week. We'll be back December 3rd for our Weeb episode. Feel free to give us Weeb recommendations for animes or games in our Discord. And I think that's it.
That's right. All right, guys, have a great holiday. Thanks for listening, subbing, all that shit. We'll see you very soon. Video Game Outsiders, out.
Bye.
When the city's got you down, come to my arms, come to my arms. I will take you away to another place. I will take you away to another place. But I feel so low. Your sister came to give me your things, but I didn't want them. I didn't want them. Didn't want them. She said that I should stay with me.
program is going on the air in a second.
How do you know?
Because Don Wilson is standing there ready to announce it.
I want to announce it.
You can't.
I want to announce it.
Please, Snooks, the signal's coming.
If you don't let me announce it,
What?
I'll hold my breath till my face turns blue.
Oh, Don.
All right, Daddy, all right. Let her announce it.
Thanks. Go ahead, you little dictator.
Ready?
Shoot, there's the signal.
It's Maxwell House coffee time. Ain't I good?
And tonight, the first thing on our menu is Maxwell House coffee. Yes, this is coffee time. Time to sit back, relax, and enjoy with us a steaming, fragrant cup of the coffee that's good to the last drop. Well, now we're ready for another lightning session of entertainment with our Maxwell House stars, Mary Martin, Meredith Wilson, Hanley Stafford, and Fanny Bryce as Baby Snooks. And as a special Thanksgiving package for all of you, our super-duper added attraction, your favorite comedian, Jack Benny. All these wonderful personalities, in addition to your regular host and smooth-singing master of the festivities, that engaging young Merry Andrew, Dick Powell.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since we have so much show to cram into these 30 short minutes, this young Merry Andrew is going to engage himself in a song fresh from the pen of Maestro Meredith Wilson and bearing the unsentimental title, Rockabye Your Baby with a Long Underwear Tune. I assume no responsibility for the music and lyrics. My job is to keep it on key and make it come out even with the orchestration. Diffie, if you please. Rockabye your baby with a sweet classical tune. When Papa Haydn takes you riding, you'll go gliding to the moon, to a Brahms sonata or string quartet. You'll be singing a sweetheart duet. So rockabye your baby with a sweet old, dear old classical tune. But the kids' vocabulary nowadays, oh, it would really curl your hair. Everything from Bach to Offenbach, they call long underwear. So rockabye your baby with a long underwear tune. When Papa Haydn takes you riding, you go gliding to the moon. Johannes Brahms sonatas and string quartets make you harder for sweetheart duet. So rockabye your baby with a long hair, long underwear tune. Johannes Brahms sonatas and string quartets make you harder for sweetheart duet. So rockabye your baby with a long hair, long underwear tune. Thank you, and now here's Don Wilson, who tells me his Thanksgiving dinner tasted just a little bit better this year than ever before. What happened, Don? Did you eat both drumsticks?
Come to think of it, Dick, I believe I did. But the real reason Thanksgiving dinner tasted extra good this year was because...
Oh, I get it. You had a double portion of pumpkin pie smothered in whipped cream.
That's right, Dick, I did. But what I'm trying to say is just this. I especially enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner this year because it was topped off with a cup of the richest, most superbly delicious coffee I ever tasted.
But surely, Don, this isn't the first Thanksgiving you've enjoyed Maxwell House coffee.
No, indeed. But never before in all its 50-year history has Maxwell House coffee been so rich, so full-bodied, so downright delicious as it is today. You see, friends, the new Maxwell House blend is extra rich in Highland Grown extra flavor coffees. Coffees so rare in fragrance, so vigorous in flavor, they're unlike any other coffees in the world. Naturally, these coffees have always been limited in their availability. But now we are able to obtain the great quantities we need. That's why today, every pound of Maxwell House has a richer body, a more delicious flavor than any coffees you may have ever known before. And yet, with all this extra goodness, right now Maxwell House is selling at the lowest prices in history. So this weekend, get acquainted with the new Maxwell House coffee. Join the thousands who have already pronounced it coffee at its best.
Well done, Don. And now, ladies and gentlemen, going ahead.
Dick, hello. How are you?
Hello. Why, Jack. Jack Benny.
Well, am I on time?
Why, Jack, of all people, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Well, this is certainly a surprise. Meredith, look, here's Jack Benny.
Jack Benny, see, this is a surprise.
Now, wait a minute.
Well, you're the last guy in the world we thought...
Wait a minute. Look, fellas. Last week on this program, you announced that Jack Benny would be your guest here tonight. I announced it on my own show, and not 2 minutes ago, Don Wilson started off the program by introducing the cast and Jack Benny. Now, who'd you expect up here tonight? Jeannie with the light brown hair? Or Fred Allen's eagle or something? It certainly is a surprise.
Well, frankly, I did hear Don Wilson announce Jack Benny, but I didn't associate it with you.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we didn't know you were the Jack Benny he was talking about.
Oh. Well, of course. Imagine me thinking there was only one Jack Benny. Why, that name is as common as Stanislaus Brogroznius. The phone book is full of them.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. You don't have to get sarcastic about it.
I'm not sarcastic, Dick. Oh, well, let's forget it. I'm here, you knew I was coming, and we're not fooling anybody.
Okay. I guess we were bordering on the puerile and banal.
It's a very good line, Dick. Do you mind if I use it on my program last week? And we pronounced it banal, if you don't mind. They didn't know me, but they knew my material. Huh?
Say, Dick.
What?
You know, he has got blue eyes.
Oh, there they go again. You think I was the only guy in the world with big blue eyes. Oh, hello, Don.
Jack, how are you? Well, this is indeed a surprise.
Oh, fine. Some enthusiasm after a honeymoon. You know, Don, I just went through all of that with Dick Powell. That was our opening routine. He didn't know which Jack Benny to expect tonight.
Well, I see. Well, Jack, I'm sure that Dick didn't mean to imply that your name isn't important. I think he was just preoccupied.
You don't have to defend him, Don. After all, when you get right down to things, not everybody's name is Jack Benny.
Not even yours.
Now cut that out! You know very well, Don, my name has been Jack Benny ever since I've been in show business.
Well, what was it before that?
All right, listen, Don. I could use my right name, but how would it sound if I said, "Hello again, this is Radcliffe Montague talking"? Who would believe it?
Nobody in Waukegan.
All right, Don, just for that last remark, when you hang your stocking up this Christmas, don't expect it to be too bulky, unless your leg is in it. If you get what I mean. Huh?
Why, Jack Benny, don't tell me you're not going to give Don a Christmas present this year just because of an innocent little remark like that.
Well?
Why, Jack, that doesn't sound like you.
It doesn't? Well, Dick, you know I've been kidded a lot about being thrifty and not over-generous, but you can believe me, it's nothing but malicious slander.
Oh, it is, eh?
Yeah, you know how those things are, Dick. Once a story spread that the fellow's tight, it's very difficult to live it down.
Especially when you live up to it.
Yes. Now, for instance... Hey, wait a minute! If I'm going to be called cheap, I can stay on my own show where I can lie my way out of it. In the first place, I came up here just to see Mary Martin.
You did? What about, Jack?
About the premiere of our picture. I want her to help me get it set for Waukegan.
Say, that's the picture you and Mary made with Fred Allen, isn't it?
No, that's the picture we made in spite of Allen. Boy, what a ham he is. The way he tries to steal every scene. Oh.
Well, Jack, I worked in a picture with Fred Allen once, and he never tried to steal anything from me.
He didn't, eh?
No, in fact, he was very considerate. Whenever I did a comedy bit, Fred would turn his back to the camera.
Well, he did the same thing with me, only he didn't have his pants on. He and his creton shorts. You know, Dick, he wants the premiere of our picture held in Old Orchard, Maine.
Say, Jack, I've got an idea.
What is it, Meredith?
Why don't you hold the premiere in Mason City?
Mason City, why?
Well, that's my hometown.
Why should we have it in your hometown? You weren't even in the picture.
Well, that's it. I've got nothing to lose.
Quiet. Say, Don, where's Mary Martin?
Well, she should be here any minute now, Jack. Meanwhile, sit down, Jack, and have a cup of steaming hot Maxwell House coffee with your Jell-O.
Boy, what a plug. Don, you're about as subtle as Olson and Johnson. And remind me to change that to Abbott and Costello for the second show, will you? So Mary ought to be here soon, eh?
Yes, Jack. Sit down while Meredith Wilson plays the number. You might as well listen to a good orchestra for a change.
Yeah, you said it. What are you going to play, Meredith?
Brown Eyes, Why Are You Blue?
Oh, stop with that. Now, the next one on this show who says I've got lovely blue eyes will get a stare out of them for the next 10 minutes.
Hey, Jack, here's Mary Martin.
Mary, here's Jack.
Why, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. How are you, honey?
I'm fine. Gee, you look swell, Mary. No kidding. You're a sight for blue eyes. I mean, sore eyes. Huh? Yes, sir.
Well, Jack, I'm certainly surprised to see you here.
You are?
Yes. Isn't this dialogue right off the cob?
Yes, but Phil Harris is listening in, and he'll think it's dynamite. Now, look, Mary, I came here to ask a favor of you. I want you to help me out on a little matter about our picture.
I'll be glad to, Jack. What is it?
Well, you know, I want the premiere of the picture held in Waukegan, and Fred Allen wants it held in his hometown, Old Orchard.
Where's that?
It's up in Maine.
Oh, I know where Old Orchard is. Where's Waukegan?
Listen, Mary, Waukegan was Waukegan when Old Orchard was just a couple of stumps, and Allen was one of them. But, Mary, truthfully, don't you think that Old Orchard is the wrong place to hold the premiere of a picture as important as ours?
I agree with you there, Jack, 100%.
Now, you're going to stick by me on this. We will definitely not have it in Old Orchard.
Yes.
And we'll have it in Waukegan, Illinois.
No.
What?
I think it should be in my hometown, Weatherford, Texas.
Yikes! Mary, be reasonable. What's the population of Weatherford?
Oh, about 18,000 head.
Head. Mary, I'm talking about people, not cattle. How many people have you got in Weatherford?
I don't know. We brand everybody.
You brand everybody.
Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy, but my body belongs to B-Bar-H.
Well, listen, Mary, let's get this settled once and for all. I'm not going to Old Orchard, Maine, and I'm not going to Weatherford, Texas.
But, Jack, you might be making a mistake. Those cowpunchers are wonderful people. If they like you, they'll give you the shirts off their backs.
Dick, shirts I've got. Whole drawers full of them. What do I need with shirts?
But, Jack...
But, Jack, nothing. I'm going to call the studio, and this time I'm going to lay down the law. I'm going to get tough. It's either Waukegan or they're going to lose me.
Oh, Jack.
What?
Before you do that, I'd like to talk to you a minute.
All right, what is it?
Well, Jack, I don't want to hurt you and what I'm going to say, but I want you to take this in the spirit in which it's given.
Mary, what are you talking about?
Well, I overheard a conversation today at Paramount between Mr. LeBaron and Mr. Freeman, and they...
Yes?
Well, Jack, you've simply got to face facts. I know you were a big star once.
What?
Well, 2 years ago you were on top. But you can't stay there forever. You had to start slipping sometime. Everybody does.
Everybody?
Yes, Jack, even the big ones. Well, you know how it is in show business. The public is fickle. Yesterday you were a star, and today...
Oh.
Don't you see, Jack, you can't get tough now. Why don't you be satisfied to go along and make the best of things?
Well, maybe you're right, Mary. Maybe I shouldn't call them up. The public is fickle, and every nickel counts. Say. And then... What's the difference if the premiere is held in Old Orchard, Maine, or Waukegan, or Weatherford, Texas? Say. You know. Say, if those cowpunchers like me, maybe they'll give me the shirts off their back. You know, I can always use a few more shirts. After all, shirts ain't hay.
What do you say, Jack?
Well, Mary, I'm sure you're right, and I certainly appreciate your cooperation. And you tell Mr. LeBaron and Mr. Freeman, you get to see them. Tell them I'm going home now and pack. And any place they want the premiere is okay with me. So long, Mary.
Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See, show business is funny. One day you're up, and the next day I'm down. One day you're working for big money, and the next day you're working for shirts. If they like you. Oh, well, I still got my blue eyes.
Well, that was very diplomatic, Mary. Are you ready for a song now?
Ready and willing.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the prolific pen of Meredith Willson comes another gem. In collaboration with Charles Chaplin, he has written for the great dictator an appealing song, Falling Star. Mary Martin sings it for the first time.
Falling star, you heavenly messenger from above, find me the one to love. Would follow your welcome beam into a land of dreams, my star. I find this earth so sad and dreary without some love, and for help I turn to you. Searching for someone who's lonely too, I'll ride alone with you, falling this earth so sad and dreary without some love, and for help I turn to you above the falling star, while searching for someone who's lonely too. I'll ride along with you.
Thank you, Mary, thank you. And now, with the magic touch of radio, we transport you all to the home of Baby Snooks.
Well, Snooks, it's bedtime.
I'm sleepy, Daddy.
Just the same, you've got to go to bed.
Why?
Because everybody has to sleep. It's impossible to burn the candle at both ends.
Which candle?
No candle, it's just an allegorical expression.
Let's burn it, Daddy.
Snooks, there's nothing to burn.
Why?
When you hear of a person burning the candle at both ends, he hasn't really got a candle, and he's not burning either end.
Is he burning in the middle?
No, it's just a symbolic phrase. Now, come on. You've had a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. You've played with your toys. Now it's time to go to sleep.
I want some more cake.
More turkey?
Yeah, from both ends.
Now, look here, Snooks. If you eat another mouthful of turkey, you'll burst.
Will I?
Certainly. You ate enough to feed an army. One more piece and you'd positively explode.
Well, give me a piece and hide behind the door.
No more turkey.
I want some turkey.
It'll poison you.
I want some poison.
Now, don't try to bribe me. Come on, get your things up.
I don't want it.
Please. Here's the wishbone. You can have this.
There's no turkey on it.
Well, you can make a wish with it. You take one end and I'll take the other. And whoever gets the largest piece gets a wish. Now, come on. Pull.
All right. I got it, Daddy.
Fine. Now you can have whatever you wish for.
Can I?
Yes. What did you wish for?
More turkey.
All right, you little glutton. I'll give you some more turkey.
Will you give me some white meat?
Yes, I'll give you some white meat.
I don't like white meat.
All right, then, I'll give you dark meat.
No, meat.
Well, for heaven's sake, what do you want?
Cranberry sauce.
Now, that's enough, Snooks. I'm not going to let you drive me crazy tonight.
Why?
Because this is one day of the year I don't want to have to spank you. It's Thanksgiving, and we should all be joyful.
When's Christmas?
After Thanksgiving.
I want Christmas to come first.
Well, you can't change the holidays around.
What holiday?
Well, people make holidays to celebrate big events. George Washington's birthday's a holiday. Lincoln's birthday's a holiday.
How did they get born on holidays?
They didn't get born on holidays.
Well, you said they did.
No. They were born on ordinary days, but they became so famous that people celebrate their birthdays as holidays.
Oh.
Take George Washington, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why do people celebrate his birthday and not mine?
Because he never told a lie.
No, because he was a famous president, and I'm just a nonentity. I'm nothing at all. Just another drab, colorless human piece of flotsam.
I think you're wonderful, Daddy.
Thanks. Oh, well. At any rate, people make these holidays, and we all celebrate them. And it gives little girls like you a chance to stay home from school. Is that clear?
It's clear. Daddy.
What?
I ain't going to school tomorrow.
Why not?
Because I just made a holiday.
You made a holiday?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to celebrate?
My pussycat's birthday.
Oh, that's ridiculous. A national holiday is only for a great event. What did your pussycat do that calls for a holiday?
She had 6 kittens.
Well, there's nothing remarkable about that.
Could you do it?
Now, listen, Snooks. I'm trying to explain to you that a national holiday must be some great occasion, like Thanksgiving Day.
What?
Well, if you get undressed and get into bed, I'll tell you the whole story.
All right.
Well, to begin with, some states celebrate Thanksgiving a week earlier than others.
Why?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the president.
Call him up, Daddy.
No, not now. Thanksgiving used to be the last Thursday in November. That's the day when the Pilgrims landed in America.
They landed last Thursday?
Yes.
I want to see them.
Oh, you can't see them.
Why?
Because they're all dead. They started out for America over 300 years ago.
And they just got here last Thursday?
No, they didn't get here last Thursday. They got here in 1760. It was over 300 years ago that they arrived.
Who did?
The Pilgrims. So now we celebrate their arrival by killing a turkey. And everybody's supposed to be thankful.
The turkey, too?
Turkeys don't know about Thanksgiving. We use the turkey as a symbol because that's the first food the Pilgrims found.
Who's the Pilgrims?
The people who first came here. They landed on Plymouth Rock.
The turkey?
No, the Pilgrims. On Plymouth Rock.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Yeah.
Plymouth Rock. The rock they landed on.
Who did the rock land on?
The rock didn't land on anybody. They landed on the rock.
Who landed?
The Pilgrims.
Why?
Because they'd been traveling on the ocean for over 6 weeks. And they were...
Who traveled?
The Pilgrims! That's why they were happy when they landed at Plymouth Rock. That's over 300 years ago. And the name of the boat was the Mayflower.
Was you with them, Daddy?
Oh, of course not. Do I look that old?
I don't know.
Well, I wasn't with them. Well, I'm proud to say my forefathers were.
Did you have forefathers?
Why, certainly. Everybody has forefathers.
Me too?
Yes.
Where's the other three?
Oh, don't start that. I'm talking about my ancestors, my forebears.
Your ancestors had 4 bears?
Sure.
How many bears did your uncle have?
My uncle didn't have any bears. Nobody had any bears. My ancestors were my forebears. Understand?
Understand.
Well, what do I mean?
Your aunt had 4 sisters, and they were all bears.
That's right. Now go to sleep.
No, finish your story.
Not if you're going to keep interrupting me. Will you be quiet?
Uh-huh.
All right. After the Pilgrims landed on the rock, they went and found a clearing in the woods. They built cabins, but pretty soon all their food supplies gave out. They were about to starve when one of the Pilgrims rushed in with a thing we all eat now for Thanksgiving. Do you know what that was?
Uh-huh. The rock.
Snooks! Could it be possible you don't know where Plymouth Rock is? Could that be?
Could.
Well, I guess that makes you the only... That's really a distinction. You're incredible. Why, Plymouth Rock is in... Don't they teach you anything in that broken-down school?
Well, where is the Plymouth Rock, then?
It's in Maine or Denver or one of those eastern states. I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now say your prayers and go to sleep.
All right, Daddy. Dear Angel, I want to thank you for my wonderful daddy and my mommy and my little brother and for all the taking place. And I hope all the poor little children get plenty of Thanksgiving dinner like me. And please, dear Angel, make Plymouth Rock be in Idaho.
Why, sure. What kind of a strange request is that?
Well, yesterday you had to write a composition about Thanksgiving.
Yes?
And that's what I put on my paper.
The sum of which just about ties off another section. So this is Dick Powell once again saying good night to the gang, and thanks for listening.
For another half hour of fun, just keep your dial set right where they are. Until next Thursday, then, this is Don Wilson saying good night and good luck for the makers of Maxwell House, the coffee that's good to the last drop.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.